It was
yes, I put an alert in for 6:30.
I
thought that was a reasonable time, and for the most part it was, but then my computer decided to be a fucking fart.
We're now live.
We are live.
You know what that means? Me neither.
Oh, whoa, I can hear myself. Oh, I accidentally had the audio on my YouTube play. I'm like, who's that other guy who sounds just like me who just entered?
It's you.
Oh.
God, who's that
in
guy
the future
with that big voice from the future?
It's actually in the past, but
the fellowship of the thick boys.
Oh, I'm actually fairly thin.
Yeah,
and so is Jamal.
Excuse me, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
I've known the person, guys. I'm sorry, he's not.
Jesus. Now I gotta see if David is even around. He said he was gonna make it, but it doesn't seem like he's here. So, Al, if you want
to, thank you.
Al, if you want to hoard this out on your YouTube page because you got more friends than I do, go right ahead. Maybe people will be like, "Oh God, Darkscream is still here."
That, okay, I'll check.
Still black.
All right.
Send me a link to your. Send me a link to this stream on YouTube, and I'll pour it out on my Facebook page.
Yeah, all right. Get them shekels out there.
I want some shekels. Where's my super chat money? Come on, man.
I should really consider that.
75 cents at a time.
Yeah. Get enough people, then I take the super chat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for the future, though. Don't worry about it now.
Yeah.
How can I get my camera to work on Hangouts?
You press that little thing that looks like a camcorder.
That's the thing. It doesn't. I don't think it reads it.
It should. Check your settings. It should be able to detect it.
It's not detecting it. Maybe it's because I didn't allow it to use webcam, but I don't know. I don't know how to unallow it. That's my problem.
No, allow it, and then you just click this button that turns your webcam off if you want.
It's that auto notification thing where it's like Google wants to use your webcam or whatever, and you say allow or deny, but I don't know how to open up the settings to undeny it.
Refresh the page, I guess,
or
you could click on the notifications of the browser itself. It should allow you to do it.
I'm being fancy today with my pipe.
What are you so
Google always has to fucking overcomplicate shit.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's Google for you.
I mean, I could use my webcam if I tried to do a live stream directly from YouTube, but on Hangouts, it's a different fucking beast.
It's harder than it should be.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, y'all had this website for how long? Y'all still haven't figured. Like, Miguel, have you seen the new friend request system of YouTube?
Didn't even know if there was still one. I didn't even know there was. They still have those.
Yeah, dude, I'm confused too.
It's worse. It's worse than MySpace. Yeah.
You know MySpace?
MySpace in 2007 is better than YouTube's friend request system in 2018. Like, it's basically the way it works. You send a hyperlink to someone.
What the?
And yeah, it's. I know it doesn't make any sense. It's like, what is this, man? This is 2001. Like, you know, you do CDOS command prompts or something. What is this? I don't understand.
Okay, so just keep that in mind. Seems to be AWOL, so I don't know about him. But if he ever does show up, he's going to show up very unexpected because I gave him the link anyways.
Yeah, because fucking...
And he might do something.
You know, it's probably not a real YouTube stream, unless that happens anyway.
Yeah. One question, Al. What kind, like, is that a, I'm assuming this is like a silly question. Is it like a wooden pipe or?
It's a corn cup pipe.
It's actually, if I can remember, it's actually, I think it's a resin, not resin, fiberglass.
What?
Oh, nice.
Or some kind of, what the hell is it? Some kind of like high density plastic of some sort. It's not wooden. It's not corn cob.
You know what that is? It's not a painting.
You're phony. You're a big fat phony. Not really.
Man,
nah, it's always cool to.
Now I'm sad.
Nah, not really. No, but
you,
it is interesting to see people.
Swine.
Oh yeah, I'm not worthy. Anyway.
Pretty much everything except cigarettes.
Yeah.
Wait, do what? Except cigarettes?
Pretty much everything except cigarettes. I have a hookah over there, and I do have a vape, but I'm not an obnoxious asshole about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about too.
Cigarellos. I know you're talking about that famous painting where it's like this is not a painting and it's some philosophical bullshit.
Like there's two people that use vapes. There's the ones that are like trying to either quit smoking or unfortunately it devolved into just another way to smoke indoors without necessarily being as harmful.
Okay, now's a good time to do the introduction since we're already 5 minutes in. Sup everyone, Darkscream here, and today we got a very special live stream because it's been 10 years since I've been doing this kind of shit, almost exactly actually, and I got with me Jamal, aka Art, aka Fighting Gentleman, aka whatever he wants to call himself right now. Say hi everyone.
Hey. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Artist gone.
Hush.
And the other guy with me is Real, as always. He's the guy who won't shut up about animation for 30 minutes. So let's not talk about that Crunchyroll stuff again.
Oh, by all means. I mean,
you brought it up. You brought it up, yeah. Because that's not bait at all.
Well, I didn't want to bring up that High Guardian Spice thing exclusively. I wanted to talk about the website in general. It was Real. It was like, oh, by the way, here's some news.
Wait, there's a website?
No, that was okay. Whoa. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. We just started and we're already doing this. Come on, my man. It's 10 years. First of all, it was Windsor who brought up the co-post in the first place, and he was reading.
That's what I said.
You said it was me.
No. I said it was Windsor who did it, and then you followed that up with, oh, fuck this show. I have to review it. And then 30 minutes of ranting later.
First of all, it wasn't 30 minutes because it counted. It was 10.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was like less than 20 for sure.
Yeah. It's not my fault.
Minutes.
Well, you know, it's not my fault I'm good at ranting. You know, maybe.
You're a fucking Stanley Kubrick film.
And speaking
I mean, he has a good reason.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. And with me is a very special guest. Hey, introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? Big Al here on someone else's channel and not make another fucking video.
Who's Big Al?
So now we know why he won't be making videos. He's absconded from his duties.
Oh, who the?
I thought it was like I thought we were making a Dateline joke. Big Al on Dateline.
Oh God, Dateline shit.
Yeah,
I can't seem to get my fucking camera to work.
Took me all the way back with that one. You got Chris Hansen in the back.
Fuck yeah.
What was he doing before the Catch a Predator shit started? That's what I want to know.
I thought he was just doing interviews.
Yeah, I think he was. Now that I think about it, Dateline wasn't that bad back then. Now I can't. Is it even still on the air?
I don't even know.
No. Yeah.
No wonder there's an influx of pedophiles.
Yeah. See.
Wow. You know. Wow. I hadn't thought of that. You're right. We need to find Chris Hansen and give him the main job. Everybody's gonna remember. Huh? Yeah, you're right. Chris Hansen. Yeah, you're right.
I have to call you Chris Hansen.
Alexa, and okay, to answer your question, that black couple lines ago, I did have an idea for a memory lane that I wanted to discuss with Al, but he hasn't followed that up yet, and I actually want to do a commentary on one of those Love Hina videos.
Oh God. Yeah, I can't wait.
I don't know what to counterbalance that without, because we had a pattern with our memory lanes. We had like one pattern where it's like, okay, here's the first ever YouTube rant we ever made. Here's the here's some little silly things that we've done, and here's a couple. Here's the reviews that we did, and unfortunately, one half of that section is gone because thanks Blip or YouTube or whoever, apparently Dragon Ball Evolution is that important, which we'll probably talk about in this stream because I want to go through the history and shit.
Oh God, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh yeah.
You remember? Yeah, you remember the story with Larry? You remember that?
I do,
Yeah.
but refresh my memory for the audience.
Oh God. Okay, so not to get too personal, people. I met Darkscream 10 years ago when he first started this. Ironically, yes, it was in September.
Actually, it's more coincidental.
It's yeah, no, he always does that.
But getting to the point, I had a friend, Larry. We're still friends. We don't really talk a whole lot, mainly because of where he's in life. And he was big with Dragon Ball. We all one day, some other friends of mine that we shared, we watched the trailer for Dragon Ball Evolution. And at the end of that trailer, there was no dispute about how bad we were prepared for this movie to be. And I was one of the people. I'm like, I'm not going to see this movie at all. Larry was a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, and it was like, well, I'm gonna see it because I'm a fan, and and I just told him, look, Larry, I'm not gonna see this fucking movie. I'm not gonna support shit, and then be mad about it afterwards. So then the day comes for it to hit the theaters, and he's like, "Are you coming with me?" I'm like, perhaps you forgot what I told you a few months back. I'm not gonna see this movie. It looks like shit. So he goes to see it without me, comes back later on that evening, and it's like completely silent and despondent. I'm like, okay, so how was it? And I quote, he said, "The Holocaust was better than that movie," which is, of course, an over exaggeration, but I just looked at him and said, I told you this movie was not going to be good. Yeah, what did you go in expecting?
When someone compares you film to the Holocaust,
that's pretty fucking bad.
That's bad.
That's really bad.
Like saying it's like watching there's the Holocaust. There's watching all those Russians starve to death. There's fucking watching years of Chinese culture get thrown out the fucking window, literally.
Yeah.
And then there's Dragon Ball Evolutions.
Ugh. Yeah, it's right up there, huh?
It's right up there.
Its own tier. It's great.
It's something to behold.
Yeah, you kids these days, you don't know how good you got it with your Dragon Ball fighters. We had to put up with this shit to get there.
Wait, Al, you reviewed Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yeah, I reviewed Dragon Ball Evolution fucking years ago. It was a Blip exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And then Blip went under, so I was like, hey, I still have the raw file, so I'll host it on my YouTube, and then Fox happened.
Wow. Why would Fox even want to fucking own up to that shit? I mean, I know why, but I mean,
it's because they have a robot to basically do like everything for them. That's the reason why everyone is really mad about it.
I mean, they done sold everything that's worth a damn to Disney with X-Men gone.
Okay, so you guys brought up the review that I did. I have something funny to tell you about that review, which I think Darkscream remembers this because I talked about it with Ace Salieri. So Channel Awesome ended up also reviewing Dragon Ball Evolution.
Right.
And,
yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't know if it's pure coincidence or what, but a good chunk of the jokes and gags that were in that review seemed to be ripped right out of my review.
Wow.
What joke?
And one of the jokes that I did was Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's in that movie from Ghostbusters.
Which, by the way, I saw that movie. I totally fucking forgot that he was in that movie.
Wow.
So,
yeah, I forgot he was too.
So naturally, in my review, when Piccolo's being sucked into the Mafuba, I posted footage from when they were fighting Zool. And they said, let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown. So the Ghostbusters theme is playing while he's being sucked into the thing. And they did the same fucking thing. Same clip and everything.
Oh, it's funny as hell.
They made a Final Fantasy joke when you know, I said, oh, his airship looks like the High Wind from Final Fantasy, and I think they did another joke about Final Fantasy in reference to that, in reference to his ship. And I was like, there's no way this is a coincidence. There's no fucking way.
Was it in the same sequence? Like, were they in the same order? Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
no.
That's hilarious.
Wow, so not only the same jokes, but in the same order.
Yes.
I hate to say this, big guy, but I think it's time to give Manchild a call. I think it's time to summon his power to sue.
Here's
lawsuits.
Here's the thing. I was actually in contact with Little Karibo because they had Team 4-star members in that review. And I was like, Karibo, do you know anything about this? And he's like, hey, don't, you know, he was basically, hey man, I just made a cameo. I don't know nothing about the writing process. And I was like, all right, fine. You know, and I don't fault anybody from from Team 4-star or anything, because you know they just made cameos. It was just a cameo, yeah. But I mean, it made you know, and even at the time, like, well, maybe it's just one huge coincidence, but it's really, it's really fucking telling that you have the same the same kind of jokes in the same order. I'm watching this. I'm like, the first time I'm watching this, I'm like, I was like, oh, cool. Channel Awesome reviewed Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's hilarious.
I'm having a meta experience right now. And
that's strange. It feels like watching one of my videos. I can't seem to put my finger as to why.
And here's a very funny thing about Blip. There was this controversy surrounding Blip because Blip was going under, right? And they were starting to get rid of people who weren't pulling in that many viewers on their website.
Yeah.
You know, under the guise of copyright infringement, right? They're like, hey, your videos are infringing copyright. And I'm like, well, that's weird, because they pulled me and they pulled a bunch of other like smaller name YouTubers.
They pulled my account off there too, and technically the only thing I'd be copyright infringing was that one commentary thing I did with Multifire on episode 4 of Vicky Tosin.
But the funny thing is, every single fucking person from Channel Awesome, untouched.
Yeah, so they pick and choose who they want to go after.
Yeah, exactly. And to this day,
it's the same with YouTube.
To this day, Blip still owes me over $500 because I was owed that money before they shut me down.
Now they shut themselves down.
Yeah, they're completely under. The website is no longer operational.
It's kind of like the Boondocks episode when Granddad's friend died. It's like, yeah, then they're gonna be $5.
Granddad Flintstones.
It's no big surprise with Blip at that point. It's just YouTube in itself became like such a massive fucking platform in its own right, to just such a ridiculous extent that you couldn't fucking beat that shit. You just couldn't.
It's so automated now too, man.
Oh yeah, it has to be automated. At least it's what they say, for the sake of having millions upon millions of videos being released out every fucking day. But,
probably every few hours.
They do jack shit about the way that they handle their automated systems and so on and so forth.
Now let's see.
I think some hands-on approach should be taken according to something.
I still have my Dragon Ball Evolution review somewhere on a DVD format disc, and maybe one of these days I'll try and remaster it somehow if I'm able to get it off the disc. But what the hell is it? HSIEN 248 says To Catch a Predator, and you're gonna love this. To Catch a Predator became off the air and canceled because the people he interviewed became suicidal and started killing themselves.
Wait, what?
Yeah, wait, I thought they were in jail.
No, South Park actually referenced that during the Tourette's episode.
Is that true?
At the end of the episode, in order to sabotage Cartman's plan, even though it was backfiring on him, Kyle sent a bunch of pedophiles into Chris Hansen's show, and all of them look at him and go, Chris Hansen! Every single one of them.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
They parody real life.
Am I supposed to feel bad about a bunch of pedos offing themselves? Like,
apparently one of your fans said so.
Oh, guys, you're gonna love this. So
I don't.
in one of my videos, actually a couple of them, I referenced that one of my friends turned out to be a huge pedophile that had so much child pornography on his computer the feds had to be called. And I said in that video, that motherfucker is dead to me. And a little while later, and I was in a stream with Darkscream, and one of my viewers said, hey, he was a pedophile, but don't you think you're being too harsh? And I'm like, no, fuck that asshole. Why should I feel bad about pedos? Why? Give me one good reason.
Yeah, that was weirdly embarrassing. We were just gonna talk about fucking porgs and lightsabers, but okay.
Yeah, that was our Star Wars.
Wait, it was during a Star Wars stream.
Yep, yeah.
He just fucking comes in
at the very beginning too. At the very beginning too, you can't miss it.
What the fuck?
Star Wars, pedos it's the same along those same lines, right?
There's tons of people who's grown up with Star Wars. It's a really personal experience. And so it's the reason why I like to hang out at the Toys R Us at like fucking 8 a.m. in the morning for the kids to pick up their new toys. It's just nice to see.
Yeah, use the Force in more ways than one. It's great.
Oh god.
Well, Toys R Us.
Yeah, I know.
Anymore. Just call it the Disney store.
Oh, it's the Disney store.
Yeah,
now?
at this point, yeah.
The Disney store.
I used to like going to Toys R Us because they would always have the video games that like you basically can't find anywhere else.
I think, dude, I don't know about that. I went to fucking Toys R Us when they were about to close, and because it was like right down the street from the Best Buy that I worked at, and my God, I couldn't find a single game worth fucking buying that was like 60% off. Which was rough. The only
you got to go down here, dude.
The only thing I wanted to buy, because probably there's a bunch of weeb shit that like people actually don't buy that I can get my hands on. That's great, but fucking.
That's not what I was talking about.
The only thing I could. Oh, that's what I was hoping for, but I guess I was wrong. That's what I get. But like the only thing that I was actually hoping for was like that I could get was fucking Wolfenstein, or the new one. Because at least, okay, fuck it, I'll just have dumbass fun on that game. But, whoa, wow, that's
I haven't played the story. I haven't played the game yet. You talking about the new Colossus?
Yeah.
I have yet to continue on in the first game. Well, that's enough for
Yeah, you need to actually play the damn game.
Okay.
Well, that's enough rambling. So. Yeah, I don't know how to turn on my camera, and Google overcomplicates things. Good job, you fuckers.
Google, it'll change your life.
Not really for the better.
Not really for the better.
At all. Or funded by the state.
So, I have seen this YouTube game for, actually, it was over a decade. It was during the summer. I was watching, I had a hair up my ass one day and said, I want to see if there's people who do anime reviews on YouTube or something. And I've stumbled onto some, and they were pretty entertaining at the time. But then that kind of spawned off the ranting community. So after seeing this review of Naruto, which somebody kind of trashed it but said it was average, I saw a video. I saw it was a video response. Remember those to Big Al's rant on Narutards. And
I love that video.
I watched that. I watched his One Piece videos, and I saw other people.
Parts of them.
Yeah, all those parts actually.
Man.
And then around September, when Hurricane, God, what was it, Gustav?
Yeah, it was Gustav at the time.
Yeah, when Gustav hit. When Gustav hit, I had to evacuate to my brother's house, and during the time, I was thinking to myself, this could be pretty fun if I only had the equipment. But it turns out Windows Movie Maker did come default with your laptops, and I had an Xbox microphone. And so I decided to start off there. I did a rant on people prejudging Street Fighter 4 because of its graphics and shit.
Yeah, that was the first video I saw.
I uploaded that. Magus loved it, hoarded that video out, got like a big 25 subscriber count boost from it. And it just snowballed from there. I was doing some rants here and there, experimenting around. I was doing that for a good solid year. But around the summer, I did get the attention of Big Al and other people when I did a commentary on Darkness, the Curse of all people.
Oh, no.
Because he canceled his Devil May Cry review, but don't worry, he has something else in line instead. More Sonic games. So I just basically did a fucking stupid comment. It wasn't even that thought out, that constructive or anything. I said, dude, in fact, I think I told him he needed to stop sucking Saga's dick or something. And I think
that's how we became friends, our hatred for Sonic.
An hour after I upload that, Boomstick subscribed to me, got his attention. He was kind of a big deal as a commentator back then.
He was like patient zero.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
And then an hour after that, Big Al subscribed to me, and we kind of became friends from there. And then I actually did grow my channel a little bit when I did commentaries myself, which since then I kind of regret doing because, well, I was a dick and people only subscribed to me for that shit, and I'd rather the other set of videos, to be honest with you guys.
Come on, the Ponage era wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. I have fond memories of it. I know a lot of people like to feel regrets for this shit, but I don't. You had a lot of stupid fucking people back then. It's like what Randall said at the end of Clerkster. Say what you want about Quickstop, but I miss that place. I miss talking shit on customers and just goofing off and shit. And that's pretty much how I felt. It's like, say what you want about us on YouTube back then, but I did miss some of that stuff. It was something to look forward to. It's more interesting than, say, the next episode of The Walking Dead.
I think the next episode.
I think a lot of things are more interesting than any episode of The Walking Dead from season 2 onwards.
I wouldn't even mention The Walking Dead in my presence, but yeah.
It's like going ahead and saying, like, oh, dude, I'd rather, fucking drink paint than drink bleach.
Yeah, it's still bad. You want to watch Love and Hip Hop, or do you want to watch Basketball Wives?
YouTube,
I'm not gay.
YouTube bullshit. YouTube bullshit was fucking, what was it? Blue Voltage Mountain Dew. That's what I compare it to.
I'd say Big Red. Fucking Big Red makes me want to puke.
Oh
no, Big Red.
Big Red. Oh,
there's Big Red, really?
Yeah, there's Big Red.
Not Mountain Dew. It's a different brand.
Voltage.
Light Voltage.
Oh, Voltage is pretty good. But I don't drink as much soda as I used to because I'm trying to cut back on that stuff. Because I'm a fat bastard.
Yeah, I'm doing really great with that. Hold on.
Me too.
I'll be right back.
All right, cool. I'll just keep rambling on. Since he's part of the new blood, he'll miss most of these flashbacks and memories.
I might get some of it.
He's a.
But I still did some videos.
Filthy normie.
Yeah, exactly. For now, he is. Though he has been doing a lot of shit posting and going on 4chan. He even brought a 4chan post to his professor to discuss about it and made him open his eyes.
Oh my god.
I mean, 4chan's really not that bad. It's like any other forum.
All right. Yeah, fun stuff. Did some videos here and there. People now know me as the a-hole who didn't like the anime Green. Most people know me as an a-hole who didn't like the anime Love Hina. And for
good reason.
Another idea I had for the 10th anniversary was, I do want to make a special video of some sort, but what the hell can I throw back to? Well, I don't want to do commentaries anymore because I'm not a douchebag who has deal with it shades on my avatar.
Hey, some of those douchebags are quite entertaining, okay? Come on, man.
No, it's just red.
There's like fucking 15 of them.
Shut your mouth.
But then I realized, oh yeah, I did talk a lot of shit about Love Hina. I wonder if there's still copies of the manga around.
Oh,
God.
You're gonna go on a journey to like rip all of them in half.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Dude.
So how many bottles of Jack Daniels have you downed this week?
Not enough.
As a result. Not enough? Okay.
Not enough, because this is a chore to get through. I thought I was going to finish it by this week, actually. No.
Well, I have to say this first.
It's not bad enough for me to keep going like King's Game, believe it or not, but it's not great either.
There's no payoff, is it?
That's a way of putting it. Yeah, there's no payoff, because first off, well, the only payoff is when I make this video and people tell me, and I've had all those fucking apologists tell me, yeah, the anime sucked, but the manga, and you know
I don't agree with that with everything.
Well, here's the thing. They do have an argument for that, because Ken Akamatsu's adaptations have always been kind of gutted or fucked up. So they had some ground. However, after reading the manga, I'm like, no.
They say that about movies, though. Like, they say that about like all the highlight movies. It's just like why should, whether or not the book and the movies differences make a difference, or whether or not I can enjoy them as a medium. I understand that that's what the source material is based upon, but like the animation or the movie equivalent to me is transformative, because it's not going to be the same thing, and it shouldn't be the same thing, because that's boring. If that's the case, I'd rather just read. It'd take less time, and I'd get the same.
You know how to read?
Yeah, there was that time. Black and Silver brought up something. There was that time when I wore fucking kabuki makeup in my vlogs on Blip TV. I don't know why everyone remembers that.
I can't unsee that image, but yeah.
Oh my god! Remember when you did old man makeup for a video, and then I used that as the background of one of my archive channels?
Okay, there's a story behind that one, and it has to do with makeup class. Actually, both of them have something to do with makeup class. But the old guy happened first. I can explain that. TLD, to get to the gist of it, we had to do a makeup project where we would have to make ourselves look older. And it's not that difficult, actually. You just take like a drawing pencil, brown, and then you kind of like make wrinkles on your freaking, you have to like raise your eyebrows and stuff, try to make wrinkles, and, you know, just draw a line there. So that way you can have the illusion of like your, the thickness of it. And also some, you know, basic coloring of the hair to make it all white and shit. So I had that on. I worked on it. I was kind of proud of the work. I forgot what my professor graded me there on that, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can keep this on. I'm going to head straight to the apartment. I'm going to take a photo. Showed it to Big Al, laughing his ass off. You should totally make a video. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I made a video where I feel like my soul was drained or something because, God, was it because of Love Hina again?
Might have been.
Might have been.
You know, considering the fact, I mean, it could have been either, but most likely Love Hina. Considering, you know, the bet we made, you did sound quite drained.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You sounded so fucking defeated.
Remember that bet? I remember that bet.
Okay, as for the Kabuki story, it was supposed to be a final project, and the project was make a westernized version of Kabuki, whatever. When I thought about West, I thought about the good old US of A, the only country that matters. If you want to look at other cultures, get yourself an Atlas or a ham radio, Ron Swanson.
Yeah, tell Justin Trudeau I said hi too when you go to Canada. Don't care.
So for that one, I was like, okay, I'm thinking America, I'm thinking United States flag. Why don't I see if I can like paint me a flag on my face? But here's the problem. He scheduled that class literally an hour before showcase. For performance arts majors, showcases are the equivalent to finals. We do our performances. That's our final, which is basically our finals. We do them in a public space where college students can see. And I had like 3 of them, but there was like no freaking way we could put this elaborate makeup on and then get that shit off and then get ready for a showcase. Like somebody could be like in kabuki makeup while doing a scene from Death of a Salesman or something. So my professor, his name was Brady. He goes, "Oh, my bad. Just give me your give me your sheets. We'll just grade them off there, whatever." And here's the thing about our theater major: we're like a very tightly knit community. Like everyone knows each other. Everyone works together. It felt like a second family to me there. So as cheesy as that fucking sounds, but it really does feel like that. So it blew my mind.
Eventually it does.
It blew my mind that he was unaware of that kind of schedule conflict, especially since it was showcase again, like finals. So I forgot. I think I was having another conversation with Al saying, "Yeah, I almost put on kabuki makeup, but I couldn't." And I think I made a better sim. It's like, "Hey, why don't you do a video on how much you don't like One Piece? And I promise I'll do my next set of vlogs without any context or anything. I'll just wear the damn makeup." And of course, that motivated Al to do it. And I was like, all right, I'll just do like 3 videos. My thoughts on Super Street Fighter 4, and I forgot what the 2 other things are. And then my friend Jacob walked in on me while I was wearing the makeup because he was gonna be at my house and we would be playing some rounds and shit. And yeah, I made those videos. I uploaded them. I showed them to some of my friends, and all of them said the same shit. "Dude, you look like a weeaboo juggalo." And
a weeaboo juggalo.
The weeaboo part I can take.
Ninjas and shit.
The juggalo part, not so much, because I don't like ICP. I don't like their fan base. I actually had a friend who was like familiar with a few juggalos, and only one of them I liked because he was big into fighting games.
Can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
Oh God! Fucking Christ.
If you want my thoughts on ICP, just you can find Mr. Magford's video on ICP, which was the funniest damn thing. I used to listen to that like 5 times a year about him talking about ICP and how they sucked and how that one scene from the Warriors broke his suspension from disbelief.
Oh my God. Not only that, he was like, I think ICP is the reason why black people hate white people, because they go, they're white and they suck, and you're white, so you must suck. It's just fucking terrible.
That's some fucking real shit right there.
Yeah. It just seems to appeal to a lot of like, lower
I still have
class.
those videos archived and back up too.
The fucking like animation juggalo be like, you just hang out over the fucking conventions and you're like, "Hey dude, you want some fucking
some Fago?" Yeah.
Fago is totally getting into the Ramune business.
I was gonna say Shasta, but no, Shasta's a step above Fago.
Hey man, I've had Fago.
Shasta is when you can't afford Fago.
Yeah, dude.
Shasta is when you can afford Fago?
When you can't. Poor man's Fago.
I thought it was above that. I don't know. The way Jim described it.
Fago is
like
way more fucking expensive than that. I know because I bought a whole bunch of fucking Fago over at the Bevmo and here the place I worked. I've had it.
Did you have a compunction to cover your face in white and black makeup when you did?
No, I just thought it tasted good.
Oh, okay, well,
I got a couple of questions popping up.
All right. Al's got some questions. Lay on me.
Yeah, I hear that.
Okay. Lord Biaco, a Big Al, will you ever re-review Mortal Kombat Armageddon? You know what's funny? As with a whole lot of other things that I have planned, I plan on re-reviewing it, in the context of more Mortal Kombat games are out now. But I'm so fucking lazy.
It's not that you're lazy. It's that you just don't care. That one's for art.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
But I'm glad you took it as.
I would basically in the context of the original review, as far as everyone knew, that was the final Mortal Kombat game, and it was so disappointing in that context. But now that there's a bunch more Mortal Kombat now that there's a couple more Mortal Kombat games in that context, it's not as bad of a game as I remember it, but it's still rushed and sloppy.
Yeah, it's still not a good game.
How do you feel about Shaolin Monks?
I thought it was okay.
Oh my god, it was alright.
It was an interesting departure. I mean, I give him points for trying something different. That at least it's not fucking special forces.
True. All right.
And another question towards me: how's the Kinnikuman Man mask holding up? Wonderful. In fact, I think I'm actually going to be Kinnikuman Man at Youmacon. I have something to show you.
Do you have the mask on you nearby? Oh, you're getting it. Good. Or you're getting something.
Good, thank God.
All right. I got the camera up.
Look at this lad. Come on, let me
All right. Hopefully everyone can still see it because I have the camera highlight on him.
Look at the absolute lad. Look at this.
It's actually much more detailed than you think it is. The camera quality isn't doing its service.
There is an uncomfortable amount of detail on this Kinnikuman figure.
Yeah.
There's veins.
Yeah, like they chiseled every leg.
Okay.
He did not skip leg day.
Look at that leg day. Look at that. That's a well-made figure, I do have to say. I love it.
Yeah.
So, in the history of my channel, I actually had a lot of sidekicks and co-hosts. I guess we'll talk about each and every one of them. Don't worry, Windsor. Your time is coming. I had Mitsuhide the Vagrant on a couple of videos, including my Love Hina vlog. He is still on YouTube doing some streaming and stuff. I think he's streaming Octopath Traveler whenever he can. He's doing fine. He's actually an old friend of mine from college, and we would hang out at the anime club from time to time. And since then, he got a jaded view of anime. Pretty hilarious. Then I also had Inotech, my buddy who is like years older than me, even though he looks way younger than me. The skinny guy who kind of looks like L from Death Note because he likes to he sits on chairs the same way he does and stuff. He's doing really good, and his dad is still giving him shit. He owns a house. He has no debt. He's working a really good career, making good money. And I've been to his house a month ago. Well, no, 2 months ago actually, because I wanted to visit that town. I was feeling like I was kind of feeling homesick for it. I really do miss that city, and his house is really fucking nice, and yet he still tells me, "Yeah, my dad's still asking me when I'm gonna get married." And I'm like, dude, does he know how everyone else has it way worse? And what's funny is that he said he had no plans in finding a relationship, and I asked him why is that, and he says, and this is the greatest quote ever, "Because I'm happy and I want to stay that way."
Yeah, I agree. Why change that if it hasn't gone wrong?
Like, shit, dude. I probably want a room with him. I'll pay half the bills or whatever. You know, a nice change of. It is a really nice house, and he has like one room dedicated to nothing but fucking figurines of characters of shows he hasn't even watched. It's like, oh, you got that Chiaki figurine too? So do I. Oh yeah, I have that. I wish I could bring that out. Another co-host of mine. He's from the old blood. K87 Jury, aka the Hated Washu, aka Josh. Another buddy of mine from college. Last I've heard of him, he's in Florida. I tried to get in contact with him on Facebook. He's still on my friends list. He hasn't replied. I don't know what's going on. Kind of sucks. Because he was a pretty cool dude. He was part of the creationist versus evolutionist community, actually, long before I started on YouTube. And I got him into our little side of things, the dirty ghetto side of YouTube. And we did some videos together. I did a video of him reacting to the first episode of Green Green, which, by the way, still have that. I might re-upload that because I don't think it's on my secondary account. But the other video that he and I were famous for, and this is another reason why I stopped doing commentaries, because they were getting out of hand. Al, do you remember when people were doing commentaries on commentaries on commentaries?
Oh my God. I love that video that Jim made about it. I love it.
Why would you bring that up? Why?
I bring this up
because it was part of the Ponage era, dude. Come on.
I brought this up because he and I worked all night on a video response to Nitroxus responding to, I forget his fucking, E. McNeilis on oh God, what was it? No, he did a rant on him.
Oh, Nitroxus, that's another fun topic.
And God, this will have to be the very last time I bring him up. After that, I really want to move on. In fact, I'm trying to encourage James to do the same thing, DCE. Anyways, but he did commentary on McNeilis's video because he did an attack piece on him, and we decided to jump in. And what's funny about that day was that Washu he felt like shit. Now, what was funny was that Al, you saw his video. We were there at the same time, and you said, "Oh my God, even DCE can't stand this guy anymore." And I said, "You know what? I'm going to do a commentary on him." I'm pretty sure you said, "Oh yes." And I said, "You know what? My friend invited me to hang over with him. Why don't we just work on it together?" Nice scouter.
Thanks.
Nice. I didn't actually see it.
I actually have one too. And while we were working on that video, we were having a lot of fun. We were getting like less than 100 views. No, we were getting 100 views in less than an hour. I usually get less than 100 views in general now. And we made some jokes because Nitroxus made a bad joke. It was a fun time. And that was kind of like because of what we did, the production behind that is why I have the most fond memories of that. But yeah, other than that, that's all I'm going to cover on regarding that subject. How about the days where you guys were in a group called the EWO? Well,
oh boy,
Eastside Steve, remember him?
Yes, I do. Oh boy. I guess we could talk about how that started. I'm
actually interested to know too.
I watched YouTube videos of the early days of WCW when they were forming the NWO, and during the time I was actually, hanging out with Westside Steve or Eastside Steve a lot, and Steve wanted to create a troll heel persona of himself. And it was funny because apparently he tricked one of his own fans into believing that they were separate entities. And I remember going, dude, what if we tried to do our own NWO thing? We'll just call it the East Side World Order. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. And Steve agreed to it. We both formed it. He was the leader. We got other members of the community like Beavis Jr. and Nightman and Time Warp, and eventually Big Al and Magus. And the funny thing is, history repeated itself. We kind of crumbled the same way. But it's for the best. But the thing is, I did come up with the idea, and then months later, he decided to give me complete ownership, and I ran that thing to the fucking ground. Yay me. But it was fun at the time. It was a whole lot of fun. Yeah, Mr. Mir was also a member as well. He's in the chat. Hey, Mir. Oh yeah, and that's a good question that Mir has got for you, Big Al.
That is.
Wasn't there supposed to be a follow-up to Jesus Camp? Like, where are they now or something?
Oh, yes, I remember that. I remember talking about that. I know that one of the guys, I think his name was Levi. He turned out to be, he's a young adult now, and he's still super religious, but not but nowhere near as like cult-like as you would think he would turn out to be. Like he and his family watches. I think he and his family watch Harry Potter. In fact, he says it's one of his favorites. So there is a bit of a happy ending there. As for the rest of the kids, I have no idea. I'll one of these days. No promises. You know, given my current.
Fulfill your destiny.
One of these days, I should do some digging to figure out what the hell's going on with these kids years later. And speaking of
where
EWO,
are they now?
Yeah, speaking of EWO, I'm gonna bring it up before Darkscream does, so this joke doesn't get written into the fucking ground. Punch Out review. I don't know when it's gonna be.
You know, it's been
Punch Out review.
Okay, so
you better tell that story, Darky.
Big Al promised. Racist. Big Al promised a review of Punch Out for the Wii because we all really love that game. I still do. It's the only reason.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that.
It's one of the few reasons why I still have a Nintendo Wii. That and No More Heroes and Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to do a review of it, but he never really did. And by the way, we probably have a list of videos we promised that we never did, and I'm going to go through those. And then I keep bugging him about it because I think it's funny. It's like, hey, when's that Punch Out review? And every time he's like, oh, fuck you, Darkscream. And the funniest thing about all this is I still bug him about it to this day. And Punch Out for the Wii is almost a decade old. Yep. Which means I'm going to have a lot of fun with that if he doesn't get a review out.
Yep. In my mind, I even had like a way to structure a review. Even to this day, like I would actually get a pink tracksuit and like film myself like chasing one of my friends on a bike or whatever. Like, I would structure it like a professional review. In fact, it would probably want to be one of my most professionally done reviews if I were to actually get to it. Like, it would be like me training and shit, like going to a gym and working the bag and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stumbled over my words for a minute. But yeah, one of these days, and I say one of these days, and I keep saying one of these days, but I hope to eventually, because I still have the game and I have the Wii U to play it on, and unfortunately I don't have a capture card, so it would have to be in like Potato Vision.
Wait, I thought you got a capture card.
It's somewhere around here.
Like,
but it's
I know you recorded gameplay footage of Ultimate Muscle some years back.
Yeah, it's, you know what, I can't, you know, I take that back. It's not that I don't have it, it's that I don't know where it is, because it's like buried under tons and tons of shit, because we moved a bunch of shit in the basement and we haven't went through it yet. So one thing also, one of my fondest memories with Punch Out Wii, and forgive me for this, Emmer, but when Helsing was like, I couldn't get into the motion controls, they're so complicated, and then I beat King Hippo. I filmed myself beating King Hippo. I think it was King Hippo with motion controls.
Yeah, it was King Hippo.
Saying, doesn't seem that fucking complicated to me. Like, not getting hit once, able to fight King Hippo, no fucking problem with motion controls.
No, you got every fucking star.
On that fight, yes.
Yeah.
But that was actually one of my because I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it as long as I live, because of how prominent it sticks in my mind. And again, forgive me, Emmer, but it was just a fun little moment I had.
ECE, out of everyone from back in the day who doesn't make vids anymore, do you still talk to Chibi Who? There's like 70 names. Like, I could talk about Chibi Necodemics. Al, what's going on with him?
I think he might be referring to Chibi Fighter.
I know we don't talk about her anymore. The last we heard of her was in regards to Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh yeah, she was talking.
Oh,
she was
God.
She was calling James Rolfe a misogynist and some shit.
What?
Despite the fact that he didn't really even say anything bad about it, other than the fact that it's just not a good movie.
It looked like shit. Yeah.
No, he didn't
It
even say
did
it was
look good.
But
no, he didn't. He didn't even say anything about the movie. He just said he wasn't going to watch it because it didn't interest him.
okay,
Yeah,
so
that's true. He did say it was.
But I remember him specifically talking about that he did watch the trailer and him saying that the movie did not look good, and that because of that, that was what also led into all that other fucking shit. Which, by the way, I went to go see that film, and man, it's an experience. It really is an experience. And on top of that, especially with the shit that that Plinkett pulls out, even more so about what happened to, what it was supposed to be. I find it's just sheer existence to be all the more ironic as a film, with it's what it's trying to be and such like that. But I actually would be interested in reading the original script, because at least that's what Plinkett had said about the film when he did a bit of digging about it, was that there was an original script for it, but
I heard most of the ideas went into the video game adaptation.
Yeah, the piece of shit fucking director ruined that film anyway, because we gotta make it funny. These Ghostbusters is about making jokes, right? It's about how funny everything is, not about how everything's actually really kind of dark and bleak, and it's actually about a bunch of businessmen who only focus on trying to make cash. That's why they're so relatable. Also, the comic book that was released about it a couple of years back is actually really good for any fans, and especially because they make references towards the animated series as well.
Nice.
They did a crossover with the animated series.
Yeah, I heard it's really fucking good and well worth reading, so I want to get my hands on it.
All right. Anyways, I do want to talk about the other chibi.
Okay. Before we go to that, Kaido Link 64 says, "Are you gonna do a special cosplay for Richter and Simon in Smash from the next con? If Youmacon, I do plan on being Richter, especially if there's going to be a Smash Brothers photo shoot. That's going to be fun. But yeah, what specifically did you want to talk about with Chibi Chibi Academics?
Well, we'll start with have you been in touch with him recently, and then I have an anecdote.
Honestly, the last time I actually talked with him was probably about a month ago, where he contacted me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, Al, how's it going?" I'm like, "Chibi, fuck, I haven't talked to you in like years," and it's like I keep inviting him to events that I plan, but he never shows up. So,
all right, he's
been a recluse. That's really all I can say about it.
Are you aware that Demex has made a complete local lolcow ass out of himself at the Games Done Quick event?
Yes, I like people,
because that's what I wanted to talk about. Because another fan of mine who really loves us, by the way, he really loves us. His name is D-Bot. He brought that to my attention first, and then my IRL friend, Jacob, not to be confused with Mitsuhita, he's the other Jacob. I know a lot of Jacobs in my life, actually. Even he is aware of him. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, he wow. I was just wondering if you were aware of it. That's all.
Oh, yeah, I've been aware of it since fucking Ryan, my buddy Ryan, brought it up to me, and I watched it, and I'm like, holy shit, Chibi, what are you doing? But in all fairness, the Chibi, the guy was a bit of an ass to him. I mean, Chibi was being annoying, but the guy came off as an ass.
Did he even know that guy?
No.
Why would you sit next to a complete stranger like that?
Honestly, I don't know how he got invited to the front in the first place. I honestly don't. But he also dabbled in speedrunning, but he cheated at it, and he became infamous because of that.
More like cheater Nicodemics, am I right?
Oh my god.
Oh man, did you work really hard on that one?
But yeah. Other than that, like, okay, so Jim kind of brought it. Mr. Medicare brought it up with his Games Done Quick video. PewDiePie, of course, brought it up recently. Like the poor kid can't catch a fucking break. That's gonna haunt him forever, and I feel so bad because I feel bad about it because he's been trying so fucking hard to not so much make a name for himself, but like not be a fucking Spurg Lord because he's working 2 jobs to support his family. What was that?
I never heard the phrase Spurg Lord before.
Oh, you had it?
No,
dude.
Yeah. I've heard of it, but it's not real. It's not used often.
Oh, the chat's going to talk about something else. I don't talk about Koi Kitsune anymore. Good riddance to that fucker. If you want to know why, Silent Rob on his channel did it's either that or his backup channel. He did a stream of Bubsy 3D. He invited Harley, and they talk about something he showed Harley. That we were talking about Dateline and Chris Hansen earlier, were we? Yeah.
Oh,
so
boy.
put the 2 together.
Oh,
the
no.
guys are going,
Oh, no.
oh no, what's the eating too?
It's like poetry. It rhymes. We have a really good stream going here.
Yeah, George Lucas.
Misa gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll order the steak knife now,
That
man.
is fucking something indeed.
I'll order the steak knife now.
You're not ordering it now. You don't deserve it. You didn't work for it.
Yeah, you're right. I should not have unloaded on you like that. Here's a steak knife. Go over gaze of on your mind.
I'm confused.
honestly, Silent Rob is like one of the few people that's still standing on this channel.
Yeah. Like I said yesterday, go ahead.
Magus, he purged all his videos. DCE is 100% done with YouTube. He's now on DeviantArt. Al and I don't occasionally do enough uploads. The only people that seems to be around is me, Al, Just Keep That in Mind, Silent Rob, and Ace Elieri. And I want to say Nightman is doing some live streams from here and there. And I think that's all I can keep up with. What the hell? What kind of a generic name is Dark Wolf?
I don't know. Is there any numbers in that?
I don't know.
Kaito Link 64. Have you guys talked to Taro-san much? I have. What's the last time I talked to Howard?
I want to say he's still friends with DCE, but I haven't talked to him much either. That's Heavy Bass X is who we're talking about, Vmon.
Yep.
Ooh.
Let's see. Kaito Link, what about Heavy Bass X? That's Taro-san. It's just a different name he goes by.
We don't talk about Darkness the Curse. I never really was on good terms with that guy in the first place, but it seems he burned the bridge with everyone else as far as I know.
Yeah.
I remember Just Keep That in Mind. He did a couple videos on him. Then he extended an olive branch to invite him over for a stream. Then I guess he didn't give him anything, so I'll take that as a decline. And then Just Keep That in Mind decided to do a bunch of other rants against him. But those videos are gone, which is disappointing because I don't know if David was drinking that time, but he was insulting him for going bald. He was literally saying stuff like, "You're bald, baldy, 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 bald, bald."
Ouch!
It was the funniest thing I ever heard. It was mean, but I was laughing my ass off. He even did a music parody of "Bad to the Bone" with "Bald to the Bone."
Bald to the bone. God damn, that hits my home.
I think those videos are gone now, but damn. Bliss Valve, he disappeared because God, do you want to talk about that, Al?
Honestly, I don't recall.
He disappeared after some pranking, which I will admit I was being a dick, but he decided to come out and say, "Oh, I'm just being a character the whole time." He's basically pulling it out strings.
Now, from whenever somebody says, "Lol, I was just trolling," we call it pulling a Blizz valve.
Oh yeah! Wow. try and write it off as a joke. It's like, nah, dude.
I don't know. This is why I wish he was here. I invited him, and I guess he disappeared or he forgot. I should have reminded him earlier in the day.
Should have been on his ace.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll get him. I'll invite him over, and because that shit was hilarious. But yeah, we don't. Oh God, Sanic.
Where's your Sonic EXE doll?
Yeah, dude, where is it? Come on, where is the Tails doll?
Yeah, man. Where's EXE?
I want to feel the sunshine.
Wait, Vmont. Wait, did you read the comment Kaido Link said, Big Al? Because he told me this already, but he says that's the best insult he could come up with us is freak.
I'd wear that like a badge of honor.
You should send it to Ninja Egg, real.
What are you, a freaking song by Korn? Something takes a part of me. Okay. Anyways. Didn't Blizzvalve say the Wii was a piece of shit when it had good games coming out at the time? I guess he did. Dude, we were all a bunch of we were all trying to be edgy contrarians. Like, this game is overrated. This console is overrated. But truth be told, here's the thing. Yeah, we probably do have differing opinions, but some of us probably said that just so we could get some easy views. That being said, however, my viewpoints on Love Here is still consistent. Fuck that show. And Green.
First of all.
Fuck Green. You have a character that looks like me. Fuck it.
I couldn't get past the fucking intro. It was so fucking bad.
Well, I mean, Lovina is a masterpiece.
Okay.
I was talking about Green.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Love Hina than Green.
Here's the thing. Normally, I don't mind a little cheesecake, but when it takes up like 95% of the show, fuck that show.
Ugh.
All right.
Like, I cannot watch Agent Ayaka. I'm sorry.
But that show is fun to watch while drinking.
I mean, while drinking, yes, but
I'm gonna be honest.
I
actually have Agent Icon DVD. I've watched it. Is it stupid with its fan service? Oh hell yeah! I didn't think it was that bad.
But okay, all right. But the thing is, it like drives me up the wall when shows try to pretend that they're serious when they're not. Like, they try to be over melodramatic and then oversaturate it at the same time with a bunch of cheesecake and fan service. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that.
So, like, basically, my top favorite #1 show of all time, Master of Martial Arts, is that?
Oh god damn it!
Here it comes.
Because I worship that show every day.
Oh, okay. Winter's got a good question. Oh yeah, I saw like the first 5 minutes of Handshakers, and my eyes almost caused me to bleed to death.
Handshakers.
Yeah, it's something that came out, I want to say, a year ago. I saw like the first 5 minutes of it, and it just had like the worst CG ever. It was.
Is that the one with the insultingly bad fucking titty physics?
I don't know because I didn't watch any.
Yes, it fucking is.
Okay.
Oh,
anyways, Windsor asks, why did you put Green on that list again? Okay, so I was trying to test my faith in the audience at the time. Here's the deal. I was like, okay, I wonder if my fans are going to actually try to want to see me optimistic or they want to see me negative. So it was between Green and reviewing Ayane's High Kick, which was this 2-episode OVA about this character who kind of looks like Lena Inverse, who ends up getting roped into Muay Thai kickboxing. Pretty fun. I liked it. Unfortunately, it only had 2 episodes, and I'm pretty sure it got canceled prematurely. Everyone except for like 3 people, Lance and Lava Buster, I know their votes were in. Everyone voted Green. So I had to sit and finish that show, and I hated I hated it. To me, out of my personal 5 shit list, that one is the worst of the worst because it's not funny. It actually is offensive. I know that's a term nobody likes to hear as much anymore.
Yeah, it's offensive.
Love Hina, I can understand why it was popular at the time, but it's aged poorly. Master Martial Arts and King's Game are like really bad, stupid, but you can point and make fun of. But Green, it was trying to be funny. It wasn't. I don't know what happened to the anime overviewer either. Hopefully he's doing just fine. At least I hope he is.
I'm looking up Master Martial Arts because I've never heard of it, and
oh my god!
I hate people.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece
of shit.
No, I'm joking.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I've never heard of this show before, so I looked it up, and now I hate people who like it.
Dude,
wow.
Dude, ow.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No. Here's the thing. That show is infamous for having a really fucked up final episode.
Oh,
Is there a rape?
Worse. Well,
don't be a weenie. That's not what's in there. Because if that's what it was, it would be less worse than it already was. But my God, it makes me yearn for a sequel. That's actually a prequel about a specific character because that character was so goddamn cool. But you know, it's really great when you have a show that's trying to make you feel bad. Let me. Yeah, hold on a sec. I'm not fucking done. Is the fact of the matter that
fuck you? It's my stream. And I can mute your ass if I feel like it.
Tough shit. I'm talking. When it comes to fucking something that's like, how do I say, a show that turns something on its head to the full max beyond like all recognition, just for the sake of making you feel bad for watching Iki Tosin that one time you did. It's an experience, especially if it falls flat on its face and fucking do that. Oh man.
Yeah.
The opposite happens.
Anyways, about Darkness being a single dad, well, so is fucking Magus, and he's doing better than him.
Rip.
Just saying.
So
yeah, he doesn't want to be on YouTube, but he wants to upload his Twitch uploads there. Fine, whatever.
What goes on in this final episode of Master of Martial Arts?
No. He has to watch it.
He's not gonna.
You have to watch. No, fuck that. He's got to watch it. It's 6 episodes. He's got the time.
He's really hard to budge in order to get him to watch something.
Oh, it sounds very familiar, but
it's tougher than me. You're looking at the Dark Souls of not watching anime right there.
I will say this: if you look it up on Wikipedia, that just nothing whatsoever towards the experience of it. It is so fucking fantastic in its own bit. It's just you got to see it. It's as simple as that. Oh. But, however, there's another fantastic show that I always recommend people if they want to see great garbage, which is Psycho no Quasar. It's a modern masterpiece.
Wait, isn't that the one with breast milk powered mechs or some shit?
No, it's not. It's the one where they use the the elements of chemistry in order to form their weapons and shit, which is pretty cool, right? Except, however, they need, in order to have the power to do so, they need something called Soma, that sadly very abused line at the fucking 2010s, where basically you have to drink breast milk in order to actually get more power. And that's the entire bit of the show.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the point of the show.
So in the end, kids, eat your vegetables and
drink your milk.
And don't wear a condom. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, because this is anime.
I am still need to finish part 2 and 3 of JoJo Agent Black Dog. We all have. Let's not go there because I know Real will gush about it.
So Agent Black Dog, I've seen and read. I've read up from part 1 to 7. I'm waiting for 8 to finish, which is the final JoJo part. And I've seen all of. Darkscream, you don't know me. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
but one through part barely. Part 1 through 4 I've seen as well. Very great shows. Part 4 is definitely the best one. Yeah, you do.
So I just looked up.
I haven't watched part 4 yet.
I just looked up the ending, the Master of Martial Arts. Fuck this show.
Is it really that bad?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jamal. Guess what? Sorry.
The fuck
What?
was that?
What was that?
Sorry,
Are we gonna
my mic.
spoil it? Are we gonna spoil the ending for this guy?
No, I'm not going to spoil the ending because the next time he visits my place, I'm going to put a mental note to have him watch the damn series.
And it's only
Wait,
5 episodes.
you're gonna make me watch this shit?
It's only 6 episodes. I mean, you'd have to be
5.
lazy to not watch it. Oh, yeah,
You're gonna have to
be lazier to not watch it.
Okay, you're gonna have to supply me with some wing sauce. Yeah, wait, you said it's 5 episodes?
5 episodes.
Okay,
Sorry
not
about
too
that.
bad.
My microphone. This is why I need a mic stand or something. Because
I might have to get some liquor to do it. Because if it's really that bad,
yeah, like what Lance said, and probably something Al agrees on. It's the most out of left field BS ever. I did a video talking about the ending. Actually, that's one of the other accomplishments I did on YouTube. Was talking shit about that show and spoiling it because holy shit, you can't talk about it without talking about the ending. It's so bizarre. Hey,
this is
Zach10, how's it
completely off
going?
kilter.
Oh, it's bug nuts. David, you have broke my heart. You said you were gonna be here.
Oh, hey, Lance, what's going on?
Might have to get another co-host or something.
The ending is very mean-spirited and weird. I guess it's the best way of explaining it.
Actually, Otis, here's the thing. Actually, Otis, if you do watch that anime, I will invite you to the live stream so we can talk about it because that was part of my planned video series. Just let me know that you finished watching it, and then we could discuss it from there. You know my Twitter handle. You can find me there.
It's the best. It's amazing.
That's a good question, and I want to ask some Funimation directors about that. Well, of course, they'll probably because most of them actually do shit on that show.
It was a good idea.
They're not proud of their job there, or at least at that moment.
Oh man.
So can we talk about the announcements from Smash Bros. Ultimate a month ago?
No.
What is there to really talk about? Like, am I the only one that's just kind of like, eh?
Real doesn't care. Art doesn't care. I'm going to play it, but I'm just not going to treat it like it's Street Fighter or Dragon Ball. I might play a few rounds. I might play a few rounds with Al if he gets the game.
I mean, look, if I had a Switch, I would still feel the same way I do now. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, if anybody should be ecstatic about it, it should be me because you got the Belmonts in it and a few other characters that I like. But at the same time, like, I've never played a Smash Brothers game thinking that it's going to be any different than it's ever always been.
To answer your question, Vimon, she turned SJW and we don't talk to her.
Are you talking about Chibi?
No, Noom.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw about that, Lance. Yeah.
So apparently, SNK is going to make a game announcement on the 10th.
Yeah.
I'm trying to temper my expectations.
You better hope it's not another DLC for KOF 14.
Bring back the 13.
We don't need any more DLC. That game is fine. But I'm trying to temper my expectations because I don't want to be disappointed.
I want something new.
Yeah, that is. I either want something new or a sequel to an IP that they've abandoned back in the day.
Oh, dude.
Samurai Showdown. Excuse me.
No,
Samurai Showdown, Mark of the Wolves 2.
Dude, they're going to bring back Garo.
No, fuck Garo. Am I the only one that does not like Mark of the Wolves?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know why. It's okay. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've played other games from SNK that aren't designed that well, but I still have more fun with. Mark of the Wolves is one of the most try-hard SNK fighting games I've ever played, and I don't care for it. I really don't.
All right.
Of all time? Of all time?
I won't say of all time.
Speaking of Nintendo, Al, what other games do you have for your Switch besides Splatoon?
Mario Odyssey. And I also have a couple of arcade games downloaded to it. Like
how is Odyssey?
Odyssey's really good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I did pick up a copy of Crypt of the Necro Dancer there because I had like all the content for like $8 plus some new stuff. And what's really great about that game is that you could switch out the soundtrack to the soundtrack of Danganronpa. And that's what I've been playing with. And you could change the character sprites to either Makoto from the first game, Hajime from the second game, Chiaki and Nanami from the second game, or Juko and Ashima.
Yeah,
and I think you can also play as Monokuma as well.
What's up?
Yeah.
Darky?
Yeah? Hello? Can you hear me?
Testing stream.
We can hear. I can hear you.
Hey guys, are we still live?
No, we're still. You guys are still live. I can still go ahead and see
I
everyone.
think something happened on Big Al's end. Shit.
Might be Big Al's end.
Yeah, his camera went out, but I don't hear him talking.
Froze.
Yeah.
I noticed I had him highlighted the whole time, but I guess that's okay because he's the only dude with a webcam.
What have you guys?
I love the profile.
All right.
San Andreas, I Baptist Platoon.
Yeah, I see that. Dragon Ball Fighters is a ripoff. A ripoff of what?
Marvel vs. Capcom. That's probably.
If you're, yeah, what is it?
It's a
ripoff of?
Because it's too good of a fighting game.
Oh, you take that back. Yeah, I mean, at least they have good taste to rip off of. Because if you're going to suggest Marvel vs. Capcom,
oh, you're out of your.
Let me tell you something. You're fucking wrong. You're just fucking wrong.
You know, I think you might get that mic stuck in your esophagus. You might want to be careful.
Yeah.
I might actually pick up Xenoblade 2. Yeah, we lost Al. Hopefully he'll hop on back.
Yeah, I just said you're just fucking wrong. And you got
Dragon Ball Fighters is a ripoff of Dragon Ball Fighters. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Is this the Dracnus the Curse podcast? Who the hell is Dracnus? He sounds like a cool dude.
I need to play the first Xenoblade. Did they re-release that on the Virtual Console?
Members of the EWO, I forgot to tell you about Time Warp 1.
Well, Black, Silver, and Diamond, like, saying it's incomplete is not the same as saying it's a ripoff.
But how is it an incomplete game?
That's what I'm also wondering too. I'm like that doesn't even mean the same thing what you said earlier. And how is it not complete?
I don't know.
Are you the guy that's always getting beat by Broly's armor rush?
Hey, no, Art, that's you. But
shut up.
Apparently,
that's beside the point.
Okay, apparently, Big Al said some weather hit him, but he'll be coming back, which is kind of crazy because we have some nasty weather coming our way.
Hopefully it stays. Hopefully it stays a tropical storm.
Yeah, I agree, and hopefully it's a big enough of a storm so I can fucking not come to work tomorrow.
Oh, that's what you're really concerned about, huh? Yeah.
Wait, Tetsuya Nomura is one of the character designers in the game for fucking the new DLC. I'm honestly calling it an expansion because that looks like a full game, which is great. That's good. But if that's the case, that explains.
Yeah, I missed Time Warp 1 too, Sandres. This guy was weird. He wore fedora all the time, and even though he looked Asian, he was actually Mexican. I know that's weird. And he would just be a silly weeb from time to time, and he would do like outrageous things and freaking leave videos midway through. I miss him.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that Shonen Jump game?
Don't care.
Yeah.
Go play Naruto Ninja Storm game. It's the same thing. Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. Like it'll never be a fighting game.
I wouldn't say that. J-Stars is not the same as Storm. Storm definitely is within its own system and so on and so forth. But J-Stars is just a sequel to the last J-Stars game that came out that plays much differently.
Right.
But honestly, I feel like most of its charm is just the fact that is the fact of the matter that it's just Shonen Jump characters. And my problem with it is I just don't like the combat system. It's way too.
And yeah, Time Warp totally did take down G4 with that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'd rather play Dissidia, honestly, because it just feels like the anime version of Dissidia.
Yeah, I think Dissidia is a more entertaining game. Honestly.
Plus, I'm a Final Fantasy fan, so like, you know, I'm not to say that I don't watch anime. I'm just not as big of a fan to really be amped to want to buy the game. Like, I'm not the guy that will pre-order it because, for one, I think pre-orders.
I have no idea what happened to Suijin, though. He was one of Koi Kasune's friends, so.
Yeah. Play Disgaea. Oh, Disgaea 1 complete. I cannot wait.
Or I'm a little mad because you told me the version I bought on Steam was not a good version to buy, even though I bought it on discount.
Pokken Tournament is a really good fighter in that style. I highly agree. Pokken Fighter, I think, is a much better made game for anything that's like the Jump Force style combat. I think it's way quicker, the damage is way higher, and it's way more entertaining.
Yeah.
That and there's Pikachu as a Lucha Libre. You can't go wrong.
Ugh. I'd rather play Castlevania Judgment. Sir, we don't talk about Castlevania Judgment.
Melty Blood is a masterpiece of fighting games. However, its pure perfection is only shipped.
I still need to beat Trails in the Sky 1 and 2, Lazy Samurai.
Yeah.
Cold Steel 3 win. Hopefully soon.
Melty Blood and Under Night are games that are just, they have the curse of being a good fighting game. And unfortunately, it's so hard to get a good fighting game to actually sell. People don't buy fighting games because they're good. People buy fighting games because of how trendy and popular and familiar they are. People complain about wanting something new, but they buy the same shit every year. You want a different shooter? Man, I'm so tired of Call of Duty and Battlefield, which we'll get on that later. But, you know, what about Titanfall? What about Overwatch? Which, regardless of what's happened with the community, like, Overwatch is a pretty decent shooter. It's something different. There's definitely options, but people don't take those options. They take the same option, but that's human nature for you.
Yeah. I also, by the way, Fighter Wolf Neon, I did correct myself on saying Luchador Pikachu is a girl. I corrected myself and I said she. I used the proper pronouns.
Yeah, man. Did you assume Lucha Pikachu's gender?
I apparently did. And
I actually did. Holy crap, my webcam worked.
I didn't even, yeah.
Oh, man, look at those mutton chops.
Yeah.
I told you, man, I had some brutal mutton chops. Holy
I didn't know they were that brutal. That
okay.
They weren't that way when I last saw you, but
okay,
yeah.
You want to know how
you want to lower your camera, though.
Yeah, I know. This camera's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's a Logitech 4K.
Okay.
Well, there you go. There's your problem. It's Logitech.
Logitech is not fucking bad. Don't even try.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
The reveal stream. There you go. You're supposed to save. You're supposed to save your face for fucking. You know, when you get like.
No, people know what I look like. They do.
Some people still thought he was black for the longest.
Cam did you?
So here's how I fixed it. I was just casually looking at the top right corner of the window of this Google Hangout, and I noticed that there's like a camera symbol with an X next to it. So I click on it and I go, oh, that's how you fix it. Fucking Google. The camera icon is fucking tiny.
Google?
I like that.
I like that. The Titanfall 2 expanded.
Still waiting on that Punch-Out review for the Wii from Big Al, man. I understand. I get it. We were cheated. We were lied to.
Titanfall 2 expanded on everything the first game had, and nobody played it. Darkscream looking like Andre the Giant. That's what I feel about Titanfall 2. But
I actually got that fucking comment when I was at MechaCon this year.
Man, EA really fucked over Respawn for Titanfall 2 by releasing Battlefield 1 like a month later, 2 months later.
No, they royally fucked that game over, which was unfair because those guys actually really
they really worked their ass off.
Really worked their ass off to fix all the problems that people had in the first game. Like even with like Angry Joe said, it's like they listened to my review and then they fixed everything that I complained about, and now it's an even better game, which it is.
But Call of Duty Black Ops 3 can rip completely off of Titanfall, and everyone's okay with it, despite the fact that it was a janky fucking game, even with those features.
Yeah, dude. But wait. So what's up with the anime chick thing, Darkstream?
Yeah, what is this all about?
I forgot to mention one other detail. By the way, yeah, this is me holding the webcam. It's actually something you can move around. I'm holding it like a gun, by the way. So yeah. Anyways,
don't shoot your stuff.
Pew pew.
Yeah, you can't mount it to your laptop.
When I did, it's a weird mount, but I can't lower the freaking. Oh wait, I guess I can.
Yeah, you have to open it. Like it opens two different ways.
It's not a built-in webcam, dingus.
I know that. It's a wire.
Where's the drugs? Come on.
Yeah, man. Where's your stash?
Anyways, when I did commentaries, I would use reaction photos of Ryoko from Tenchi.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of that.
There's my Switch. And there's the trash.
And there's where I keep all my copies of Love Hina.
And there is the trash I'm reading right now. I'm still on the second omnibus.
Yeah. What he's not showing us is the shrine of Love Hina he has in the back.
Yeah, no, where is it?
Yeah.
I ain't got that, you fuckers. Stop that.
Where's you
claim they really hate
Love Hina? It's probably located in that closet where you have those archives of Tyler Perry films.
I'd rather watch those than Love Hina, though, dude.
No, you don't.
No, I would. I have.
I don't know. I think with the amount of like anime
titty, if you keep giving him money, he won't go away.
I can't deal with the fake titty that Tyler Perry wears. Can't do that. I've already done it with Eddie Murphy. I'm not doing that shit again. Never again.
Yeah, the fat suit shit is a little overplayed. Like Martin Lawrence has done it. Like the goddamn everybody has fucking done it.
Oof.
And before the Illuminati talk comes in, like, oh, I was trying to dress our black men up like women. It's like, oh god, no one fucking forced them to do that. They could have said yes or no. They got plenty of money afterwards.
Would you rather watch Love Hina or Two Girls One Cup? That's a very interesting question. I'm an adventure guy, since I've already seen Love Hina once, so it's hard to say which one I prefer.
Well, I've never watched either one, so probably Love Hina because I won't be scarred by what I'm seeing. I'd rather watch Green than what? Love Hina, really?
Green has a modern masterpiece.
I do. Because Love Hina was popular at a time, and I had some assholes in high school who wouldn't shut up about it.
Yeah.
And boy, did I realize the value of people's opinions are worthless.
Norbit was an interesting experiment.
Fun hearing you bring up the Eddie Murphy did the fat suit. I remember watching Norbit for the first time last year on his 10th anniversary just for the hell of it. Oh god, I couldn't.
Yeah, it was an interesting experiment. I watched it years ago and it was new. It was funny. I haven't watched it lately, but honestly, the movie. It was funny to some degree, but like it after 30 minutes in, the way I felt about that movie was like, man, this movie feels like it's like a sketch that's just way too long. Like it's like the funny part faded off a long time ago.
Oh god, I don't know, dude. I fucking couldn't. Watch better comedy films, guys. I do watch better comedy films.
I do. Office Space.
I watch, Office Space is great.
Office Space is great. Modern fucking comedy films I go to, but people don't want to watch that because they don't like dark comedy. Fucking sue me. I liked The Lobster. I thought it was funny as fuck.
I like
Harlem Nights
still.
Harlem Nights was good too.
Oh god.
Blazing Saddles. It's great for the it's great for Black Rights Movement.
It gives you vitamins. What's another one? The Cable Guy. I love that. Classic.
Yeah,
Cable Guy
was underrated.
Really
that movie really kind of took me for a surprise because, like, you don't really. I don't know. Like, I walked away from that movie feeling a little disturbed, but I guess that was kind of the point.
But
Cable Guy.
Best Batman movie ever. Okay, yeah. You keep telling yourself that.
Batman Forever, I actually like that movie. I'll watch that over Batman v Superman.
I don't know.
That's not saying much, but okay.
I think I don't know what I'd prefer to watch. I think I'd watch Batman v Superman because really, be quite honest, it's It's like a terrible film to a mediocre film. It's got some good parts that I like in the film, and then it's got a lot of bad parts that I hate. I can't even fathom why they thought it was a good idea to put.
Yeah, but it's 2.5 hours long, and I can't sit through that.
I'd sit through the director's cut. That's like an extra fucking 30 minutes.
30 minutes of Lois investigating the culprit, which is something the audience already knows. Okay.
Yeah.
8 people.
So fantastic.
I actually enjoy Batman Forever.
Yeah,
it's like Batman Forever.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay,
so what's worse, Batman and Robin or The Dark Knight Rises? Batman and Robin. It's not no contest. Yeah, no, yeah. Batman and Robin's clearly the worst. But I'll say this much: The Dark Knight Rises is probably much more disappointing than Batman and Robin, because when you look at Batman and Robin before actually seeing it, or actually when it rather begins, you know what you're in for. Like the first 5 minutes sets the tone for that movie. The Dark Knight Rises, the way that shit was advertised, people were interested in that movie. And honestly, up until Batman actually fights Bane, the movie is somewhat entertaining, but afterwards, like, you're just kind of like, like they didn't really think this shit through at all.
I don't know about it. Let's see.
That storm really messed things up because Al still ain't getting back here. It's been like over 10 minutes.
We should watch Batman Forever together. That's a great idea.
Oh, God. Yeah. I'll bring the alcohol.
The Dark Knight is worse. Dark Knight is a masterpiece.
The Dark Knight is worse. Okay.
He's just saying that to get a rise out of you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if people want I don't know if I should reveal his identity, but I am tempted to do so if he did.
What?
I'm not going to say it unless he doesn't want me to say it.
What are we talking about?
San Andreas.
Oh.
What superhero movie is the literal equivalent of explosive diarrhea? Well, that would be The Spirit.
It's pretty explosive.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't they covered in shit at one point in that movie, literally?
I want to say they were either in the trash heap or something, but maybe.
Yeah. Like, I didn't watch it. I watched the review of it. It looked...
Speaking of,
I love the art. I love the cinematography, the choices in the movie. But
speaking of videos back in the day, why don't I talk about some of the videos I've seen that were pretty, that I still have fond memories of to this day? Holy shit! One video that comes to mind, and this was a classic. There was this guy on YouTube called The Joseph Show who made a video response.
Oh my God, I know where this is going.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know where this is going.
Oh, then I'm excited.
Okay. This is a guy who did videos, who basically did a rebuttal to most of these anime sucks videos, because apparently these guys were like shitting Western cartoons a lot, and he took issue with it. But you know what? And the video is almost 10 years old, too. He uploaded it on September 29th. And he actually had some pretty solid points about animation, which is why I respected his opinion at the time. Yeah, I'm going to put on the screen share. Hold on a second.
Oh, Lord. I forgot that you can do that in...
Let me preface this by saying I was in a bad headspace.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's the best way to start.
Bad headspace.
Best way to start.
Yeah. I remember the way they were talking about that in another stream. They were like, whenever he first said, let me preface this by saying, it was like, oh, shit, we got him.
It's over.
It's over.
Done.
The Quarry King has come tumbling down the fucking mountain.
I don't know if you guys are going to hear the audio to this. I don't know how screen share works, if that picks up the audio from the computer as well. But
Downloads is killing Western animation. Okay.
Perfect timing. He heard about the Joseph Show, and he had to come back.
Let me say this.
Oh, Al's back?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Let me say this, just to preface this before anything. About the CalArts thing. I have a friend that did go to CalArts. He got his full degree and everything, and he did stop motion animation. he is essentially aware of the fact of the matter that CalArts does teach people that style, but the context as to why they do it in the first place is because they are being told it's what makes money. So I do defend CalArts a bit in that regard by saying, but at least saying if people want like to not have the quote unquote CalArts animation style because they're not the only guys who do it, then people need to stop watching the shows, or I should say kids should stop leaving their TV on with watching Cartoon Network. That's all I really got to say about that.
What I miss, guys?
Looking for hentai links to top. Sorry.
I forgot what the
good time for you to return.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jetroid Monkey. That was also a thing. That was a commentary channel that went after this other guy we know named Metroid Junkie, who was also getting infamous in our community because he was white knighting for Spax 3, who at the time was like doing mass flagging videos. He was basically the Monday Matt back in the day. And
Darkscream, tell Al about what Alpha Megasin is doing.
I don't.
God.
Oh yeah, apparently Alpha Megasin. I was told yesterday that Alpha Megasin isn't going to upload videos unless they donate to his Patreon.
Oh, what a whore!
Okay, well, good. We won't miss you then.
Let me just set the volume up here.
I won't.
But anyway, I'm sure Joseph Show would be stressed out today with the way how Western animation versus Japanese animation shit is still going on in a much worse way. Man, I don't know if he even cares anymore, but I want him to come back to do one more video, to just talk about one more time. Even if I don't 100% agree with him, he is just fun to watch.
Very concise.
He was really hilarious. Like, his presentation was great. His jokes were pretty hilarious. Like, he was just a fun guy to watch, and that was like the entertaining part about this. Is why I enjoy this YouTube stuff more than freaking cable television. I just
especially as opposed to sup everybody, there's a horror here.
That was that guy. That was also a reason why. It's also why I prefer watching YouTube over cable any day of the week.
I mean, it's not that there's nothing on TV. It's just that internet is just such an open-ended platform. There's no schedule for most of what you want to watch.
There's no money in this. Oh wait, yes sir.
Yeah, you're right.
I will say, Lance actually brought this up, and I'm glad he did because someone honestly had to. I do honestly miss YouTube poops. I really do.
Yeah.
A lot of fun when you manage to find the right dudes. I remember Deeper Cut was one of the earliest guys that I've seen.
Some of the funniest fucking videos I've seen on YouTube were the poops.
Yeah. And one of my favorite ones was the Resident Evil 4 YouTube poop with Deeper Cut. Where it's like he has
I love that.
Where it's when Leon goes to see Salazar and he's like, you better find a new old joke because that joke's getting old.
Yeah.
One of my favorite YouTube poops of all time is Gaston goes to Taco Bell. I think is what it's called.
Gaston poops.
And it just for the moment where Gaston goes, crazy old Maurice was in here raving, and then it just shows Maurice at a fucking rave club. Whoa, slow down there, Maurice.
My favorite bit is this one bit. I forget what the title of it is, but it's when Gaston is getting to that one part, and in the video he's like, and every last bit of me is covered with and fucking wrecks your speakers as loud as possible.
Actually, your candy dispenser.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
The force of money. Remember Star Wars.
You got that pure Star Wars. That's that pre-Soilo edition.
Video.
We're not talking about that anymore. I'm done with Star Wars. We had to like expel every last ounce of that in our Last Jedi video.
The king and his dinner blaster was so fucking good.
Yeah, I'll say this much.
Dinner
blaster.
It's
just like Star Wars. When I look at it now, I can't say that it's bad because I haven't watched it, but I'm just so uninterested in which direction it's going in. Like, it's pandering to the lowest fucking denominator. They're not making anything new. It's just the same shit over and over again. But considering where George Lucas was going to take it before he sold it to Disney, I don't know, man. It's like the election.
I'll say one last thing on the. Okay, you can go. Sorry about that.
What I was gonna say is on the topic of YouTube poops. No love for Dr. Rabbit.
Oh, Dr. Rabbit was so good.
Dr. Rabbit, can I join your quest? No. You're a Negro. And then he's
Oh, there's what was the other? Oh no. What about fucking I Am Mean?
Oh my god, that fucking thing.
One of my favorite fucking things was when it's really quiet and Mean has the fucking book in his hands. He's looking at the kids. He's like, "Take a look at this book."
Somebody did.
He fucking opens it, and all of a sudden,
somebody actually did do a kind of sort of bring back YouTube poops with the steamed ham memes. It's called Steam Hams, but it's a YouTube poop from 2006, and they even got the layout of YouTube back in the day perfectly down to a T. It was beautiful.
I think honestly, YouTube poops hasn't really fully died. I think most of those meme videos.
I think they evolved. They didn't die. They evolved.
It changed. It took a new form.
Because the way that I did it, or the way that I had the timeline, or at least my timeline of YouTube poops was there was YouTube poops, and there were people like Deeper Cut. To me, was one of the earliest guys. There was one guy. What was his name? Repsoid? No, not Repsoid. But I forget.
Guy?
No, Walrus Guy's great. And there was not Walrus Guy though, but I remember him. He was after Deeper Cut because I remember specifically that Deeper Cut was one of the really early guys. And then there was also another dude that also did like hentai videos with his YouTube poops. I forget which one it was, but that one was one of my favorites. And then it became more of like, the Walrus Guy, Boogity Boo, I'm a person actually tried going back and making videos again. They were still really good. I don't know if he's still doing it. Yeah, he was great too. And then what happened is that all of a sudden we started having like Lemon Party comes out, and all of a sudden there's like all these shorter videos that are made kind of in the minds of YouTube poops, but instead they become what I labeled them as fad videos, where there was a new YouTube fad and such, and then everyone started pushing those. And it was like
fun fact. Actually, that Lemon Party meme, where I made a meme crossing over with the Mario Super Show. With that.
Oh, that was you?
Jabba Party. That was me.
Oh wow. There was one that I did. There was one called Idiot Party that I forget which anime that was based off. It was that one. The Warden Party was a favorite of mine as well. That one was also pretty good. Warden Party was one of the last ones I think that was still up. And then there was stuff like Say What.
Careful, Al's going to eat the camera.
Don't do it, Al, please, no. And then like afterwards it kind of fades away and you start getting stuff again like, it's this but this kind of stuff is I think where it really evolved into. So it's the subject but and then insert edit or whatever. That's the way I think YouTube poops are nowadays.
Yeah,
nice.
You know what I miss? Well, actually, this is something I don't miss at all.
There's a link to my Shaba Party meme if you want to reminisce.
Oh fuck, you still have it?
Yeah, it's on another one of my accounts.
Wait, is there any copyright music on that thing? Because I could put that up on screen share.
It's just the song from the meme. I don't know if it's
the song itself comes from Newgrounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this brings me back.
We said that shit.
You didn't know I made that?
Huh?
You didn't know I made that?
Real
is a newbie for at least by our standards.
I've been a new fag for the last like 15 to 20 years.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can set it up right here. Time for Shabba Party. I don't know if the audio is going to pick up. Let me know if it does or doesn't.
Let me say this. The thing with me was that I was watching the videos, and there were people that I followed. I'd been around YouTube since 2008, but when it came to like your guys' sect, I didn't go to that sect. I just went ahead and found random. Most of like the YouTube poops as well. There was the fucking anime comedy videos, especially. We couldn't wait for like Most of it was YouTube poops with like, especially Boogity Boo, because oh god, Boogity Boo I think was like one of the really big masters of YouTube poops, where he could make anything with Robotnik, and he could keep going and going and going. It would never really go stale. And he had like I remember he had like well over like 50 videos using just Robotnik, but he still would make it work. Robotnik does an interview with David Bowie's fucking hilarious. My favorite one is Robotnik meets the Tick, where then it kind of turns into a Tick YouTube poop for a while. You can still find his stuff there. But Boogity Boo, I always liked. I'm a person really fucking fucked with the whole.
Wow, that's really choppy. All right.
Yeah. I'll say this much: I never really watched a whole lot of YouTube poop stuff. I watch things that are funny, but I'll just say this much: I think that not enough credit goes to people that makes these things, because the little bit of time that we take to watch these videos and enjoy them for what they are, we don't think about how long it takes for people to come up with the concept and then put it together. And remember, this was back during the time where video rendering software and hardware was not the best. Like, it would take a long time just to make the video. Then there's the upload of the video.
Which also took forever. Nowadays, it's daily. I could get that baby up in less than 10 minutes.
God, I remember when fucking Sony Vegas, like the new Sony Vegas.
Oh my god!
Speaking of getting nostalgic for things, remember when we all used to like the Nostalgia Critic?
Yeah, we all remember that one. Back when it was just a Nostalgia Critic.
Wait, you mean to tell me that they're brothers and father and son?
Yeah, you're right. Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Oh, I remember AMV Hell.
Oh my god.
God, those were the days, but that was pre YouTube ranting community shit. But yeah, that was. I didn't watch those on YouTube. Did I? No, I did watch AMV. Yeah, I did watch AMV Hell on YouTube. I thought that was one of those things I torrented along with anime way back when.
It was both, especially if you want to get the hentai AMV Hells, which were, I think, the best ones.
That was AMV Hell Zero, I believe.
Fun fact: I was actually part of an AMV Hell collaboration with Zero Master, and his collaboration was called AMV Hell divided by Zero Master. And I had a bunch of old videos for a bunch of old comedic videos. Shorts that I had. Let's see, it was One Piece, Fist of the North Star, Transformers, and I'm like, hey, can I put these in your collaboration? He's like, yeah, man, go right ahead. So I put them in there. They are unbelievably tame compared to everything else that was in that AMV Hell.
As I figured.
Damn.
Because I thought it was a play on his words. On his screen name, I didn't think that they were actually going to do a divided by zero with hentai.
God.
Oh, San Andreas says, ask Big Al when he fought the door.
When did you fight the door, Big Al?
The door.
And who won?
What the hell is this all about?
This is classic Big Al right here. This is like vintage Big Al.
It's a collectible. There's only 100 copies in the world of Big Al.
I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on.
Oh, fuck. Favorite characters in Dino Saucers? I didn't watch it.
I never got into it.
Here it is. Big Al faces the evil bedroom door.
So,
oh my god.
Okay, so the backstory with this video is that there was a user by the name of Lewis Prowler.
Yes.
Oh, that fucker.
I remember him.
And he had a video where he fought his fence.
Yes.
In an RPG battle. And
you were so slim back in the day.
Yeah. You were also more stressed out too, for different reasons, but
dude, I look like a baby.
Yeah. You are now mine.
Okay, so if you can't hear it, basically I exit the room and I keep reappearing because the doors keep me in my room and I can't exit. And then he's talking to me, and I'm like, well, I'm going to fight you, door. There's me adjusting the camera. I'm going to fight you, door. Fuck you.
It's a clever video, though, where it's like a time loop.
That's really, that's actually pretty entertaining.
Good old-fashioned Windows Movie Maker right here.
Oh, did you fuck with Sony Vegas? Were you one of the cool kids at Sony Vegas?
No.
Yeah.
What
Grand
the
total
hell
of
was
5
that
frames.
jog just now?
All right.
Speaking of silly things Al did, this is something you won't see on YouTube, but I was in a Skype call with him and Mr. Medicare, or oh, God damn it, these are some cheap effects. I was in a call with him.
Look at this shit.
What the fuck?
Fucking Windsor.
This is some cringy shit, but yeah. I love it.
When I entered in a call with Al and Jim, Al made this sound. And then Jim's like, what the fuck was it? Was Al yawning. He yawns and he makes this super feminine noise. This
Okay, you have to admit that's
My
actually
ears.
pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool editing for fucking Windows Movie Maker.
Especially for that year.
Yeah.
is my microphone still working?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. It's just that, man, Jim ripped on you for like 5 hours straight on that fucking feminine yawn you made.
Good
Yeah.
old Jim.
All you need to give Jim is a fucking breadcrumb, and he'll, you know.
He'll make an entire fucking loaf out of it.
Yeah, Matt. I want to hear you say, "I'm a soy-filled bitch." Flags your videos.
I can't believe
sorry
you
that
have
I-
to say that.
I'm sorry that I did the thing. No, I want to say the whole thing. I want you to say, "I'm a soy-filled bitch that flags your videos."
Okay.
Sorry that I'm.
I actually got an,
Fuck.
I actually got another video. I want to show.
Oh, you're missing the best part. You're missing the best part.
All right. I'll
Come on,
fucking
let
get
him
back
have-
to it.
Let
Jesus.
him have his moment.
Yes.
This
Let
is
him
OG,
live
dude.
the glory.
Super Saiyan.
This is oh my fucking god. Never mind. Darkscream, turn it off. Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
It's back.
Turn
it's
it the
back.
fuck off. No.
No. We gotta laugh at him.
Super Aryan 4.
Oh my god. Yeah. He got a picture of himself too.
And you put a fucking oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone draws you in those sets of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Final ponage.
It's just a gun.
Okay.
A pocket revolver.
God, come on. No, it's fucking Billy from Xeno. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god.
Hey, I miss Xenogears. Come on, man.
No.
Fucking Billy was great. You do that poor fucking door.
He's not even hitting the door. He's like 5 feet away from it.
That's how
Yeah. The door's behind him.
That's how they worked in the end. Yeah. Cloud didn't slash at his enemies. The effects did.
Oh, fuck you, Al.
Wow.
I love how the lighting changed from like daytime to like fucking nighttime because it took me like 12 hours to make this video.
Yeah. Like, see, that's who really wins is time. It was all part of the plan.
Looking back,
It's all
so
going
fine.
according to Cake.
Cake. Oh, he means Keikaku. Oh, thanks, translator.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you something. This was a little bit I did for myself.
Oh, hold on a second. Black and Silver Diamond. Who painted that painting? It's me. It's a self-portrait.
Oh, cool.
So, I was actually going to ask if someone else painted it, but no, it's you.
Anyways.
Yes, Alvain!
So back to when I was reviewing Green, I was actually legit upset I had to watch and review this. There was no pussyfooting around. I hated myself. I hated the people who hated it.
You hated yourself. God damn. Whoa, where did this come from?
Well,
I didn't know you hated it that badly.
So I decided to open with this sketch. And here's me when I had long hippie hair.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Which was
And-
right after I met you.
Okay, so I'm going to take a look, see how many people voted for Green, how many voted for Ayane's high kick. It was probably 2 people. By the way, I have a
I
new
even
version
told
of
you.
that same shirt.
I even told you before that they're going to vote Green to see you suffer, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
13
see? I
people.
told you.
Lance, Lava Buster, and I forgot who the third person was. And I decided to give everyone the evil eye on that. And
wow, Darkstream is just like you're an anime character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used
like one of my Japanese animes.
I used the song, if you can't hear the audio, I used the song Koya Nitsukatsuki, which was used in an episode of Scrubs when the janitor was giving JD the evil eye. If you remember that scene, he was just like staring at him and he was in the crowd was blocking. He was like, hey, can you guys leave? I'm trying to give somebody the evil eye. Thanks. I appreciate it. Take care. And then he just goes back to staring at it while that creepy music was playing. That was the inspiration for that moment.
Darkscream is the Hulk? Yeah, I know, man. You thought it was Bruce Banner all this time. Nah, my dude.
I don't know how I got the I definitely wanted to do something with the colors.
Was it ironic that it was green though?
Yeah, the color of rage with red eyes.
No, the fact that it was green, dude. Yeah, that's why I thought you picked it. But please tell me that is a coincidence, so the meme can be complete.
Hey,
he's real quiet.
Oh no! I'm just being distracted by something else.
Fucking Windsor voted green. See, Windsor always has his your interest at heart.
Yeah, he knows what's best for you. Yeah, what the fuck?
Fuck me.
Good old
you need to suffer for your arrogance.
I even did a skit where I decided to yell at myself for buying a figurine of one of the characters from Mickey Tosin.
Why?
I mean,
it was dirt cheap. That's why.
Don't. It's bad behavior.
It's a funny scene. It made me laugh.
Why would you do that?
Self-deprecation.
Self-deprecation. It's just like my fetish.
Self-deprecation humor is pretty damn good.
Just like Mom used to make. Yeah, I know.
Just like Mom used to make.
Oh man.
Al, just for old time's sake, you need to do a new things that need to die video. I love that shit.
New things that need to die.
Yeah, Al.
What
are things that need to die?
WWE.
Microtransactions.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill the Japanese market. Is there anything else you want?
Yeah, Konami, you're done. That's all they are now.
Every JRPG that's ever come out from here on out, that's all fucking dead.
Yeah, that's done.
Let's kill EA while we're at it.
Okay, so EA's done. Yeah, come on, keep going.
Wait, you got rid of loot boxes?
Yeah. Loot boxes and Overwatch.
EA is fucking dead.
Overwatch is dead. What else?
Overwatch is fine because people still fucking play it.
Yeah. Oh, screw you, Time Warp.
What?
I'm part of a private chat on Steam that includes some of the old EWO guys, and he decided to link me a fucking image gallery from Green.
I got something to add to that list of things that need to die. Politics in my fucking video games. Get rid of that.
That's a good reason for things to die.
I mean, in like historical context,
it's always been there, but now it's like, oh my god.
I am so happy Battlefield 5 is tanking in pre-order sales.
I'm not, but honestly, if this teaches them a lesson, then maybe it should happen. You know, I don't like seeing companies tank and die. I hate when they do stupid fucking decisions and don't learn from them.
Yeah, let me say this in the historical sense. Wait, what do you mean by historical sense, actually, Al?
Like, what I mean by that, like, politics video games. Like, if if it's in the historical context of, like, World War II or whatever, fine.
Like,
right, that makes sense.
Like Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where my Buffalo Soldiers hat?
No, I really liked how Red Dead Redemption did it. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good, too. Where's the Buffalo Soldier still real? It's like, oh my god, look, just because there's no black cowboys does not mean the game is racist.
Fuck you, I want my Rough Riders.
Hey,
I want the fucking Teddy Roosevelt Black Soldier.
You want DMX in the background?
Whoa, everyone. I was talking.
What was it? Which game was it? It was a World War II game where you could be black Nazis.
That was
Call of
actually,
Duty
no,
World
that
War.
was that was Call of Duty World War II.
Was it?
No, they
Hilarious.
did. That's the reason why they got into so much fucking trouble, was because they were trying to get that. They were like, oh, hey, we're going to let you be able to play as black women. But the problem is that you still had a choice between the access. So that's why everyone got mad at them. So you were basically black women as Nazis.
See, this is what happens when tone.
Oh my
this
god.
is what happens. Okay,
I'm sorry.
this is what happens when companies are fucking tone deaf as shit and try to be progressive, but end up tripping over their own goddamn feet. You
Oh,
get shit
yeah.
Like
like that
E3?
happening.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, hey, you can play as black people though. Yeah, but they're Nazis. Listen.
Well, even if they
Oh,
weren't
fuck.
Nazis, does it really fucking matter?
oh fuck. Dude. Oh god, it was like E3. But
Yeah, all over again. Yeah, that
Diversity
fucking
is our
diversity. Yeah, that was what.
Sword
Yeah,
for the soy god.
that's basically what E3 was. Like it wasn't anything but let's get as many fucking diversity quotas as fucking possible in 3 days.
I'll say this much. When it comes to when it came, I mean that. God, I'm excited for the games that were given out that I did actually enjoy. I'm fine with going ahead and checking out. What was it? Beyond Good and Evil 2. However, I like how Jim put it, which was, hey, can we have a petition? So, hey, can we choose to join the bad guys so we can give Jade her fucking game back?
Yeah, can we just have her kill everybody in this fucking game, please? Because apparently it's a prequel. At least the way things are going with the story, I don't know.
don't even care anymore because it's
Okay.
new Ubisoft.
Oh, is it a prequel?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Exactly.
So I was talking to a friend of mine. About E3, and I mentioned, and I told this to Darkscream. I mentioned it's hard being a ranter because you get sick of people saying that anything that's even remotely progressive is for the cucks or it's a liberal conspiracy.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, but, and I think this was Darkscream. He's like, yeah, but the smelly lesbians.
Oh god.
I don't remember.
You? I can't remember. No.
You do not recall?
No. It had to be.
That was Jim.
For fuck's sake.
That was Jim.
That was Jim. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, that was Jim.
but he, like, who was it? I was like, yeah, but some of this is ridiculous. It was the counterpoint that I was given. Like,
all right, Otis, take care, man.
Later, Otis.
Take care, Otis. I hope you watch Master of Martial Arts.
I hope you watch all of Master of Martial Arts.
All of
Down it with some green. Down it with some green, and love Hina, of course.
But yeah, you know what my point is. Like, I don't like it that everything that's remotely progressive is called a liberal cuck conspiracy, but at the same time, some of that shit is ham-fisted. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we got, you know, hey guys, instead of actual gameplay, here's a 20-minute long cutscene of lesbians smelling each other.
Yeah, so
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, here's the thing that pissed me off the most about that entire scene. It's not the fact of the matter that it was two fucking gay chicks going ahead and making out.
BRB, guys. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It's the fact of the matter that it was because I loved The Last of Us and I loved Ellie as a character, and I read American Dream. I know everything there is to know, at least about Ellie's backstory, how she is as a character, and so on and so forth. If you haven't read American Dream, read it. It's pretty fucking good. I even did Left Behind, which is cringy at times, but other than that, it's pretty good. Everything that she does in that entire scene is entirely against, in that one specific scene, for the sake of having her make out with a chick, goes against everything she is as a character in the first game and in the comic book. That's what legitimately pissed me off about it. It was the fact of the matter that you're willing to subvert character, a likable character, especially when in that same scene she's like, oh hey, I'm totally for your relationship or whatever, right? To that Asian dude. And then all of a sudden she makes out in front of his ex, despite the fact that he was wanting to get back with her in the first place. That's what pisses me off, because that absolutely fucks.
It makes her out to be a dick.
Giant fucking asshole.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, a cunt. We don't want to.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, sorry. Didn't want to leave that out.
Another thing another thing was brought up about Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
I think Yahtzee actually brought it up where they're like, it's the first time you could play as a woman. He's like, you could do that in the last fucking game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there was shit.
You could do it in the Chinese game that no one fucking played.
What about the Louisiana one?
You could do it in the PS Vita one that no one fucking played.
Yeah, what about Liberation, where you play in Louisiana? You remember that?
Oh, they got re-released 2 times. No
one and no one wanted it. No one wanted the game.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
it wasn't good.
Yeah, no, it's not a good game. So I find it hilarious that it's coming from people who make these kinds of games. But you know, my whole thing is characters. That's all. That's all I focus on.
Amnesia, as well it's called.
What?
Progressive amnesia,
where you have these things that have happened before,
right?
And at times done better, but because they didn't do as well, they just selectively forget about it. Like, for example, I'll give you a great example: Steven Universe, right?
Oh man!
First cartoon with a openly gay couple on screen. It's like the fucking Loud House did that several years ago, and it wasn't fucking ham-fisted like it is with Steven Universe. It was 2 gay dudes, and they had a son who was who was best friends with the main character, but they don't call attention to them being gay. They don't preach about it. They're just there.
That actually, if you know, Emil is gay in Nier. Emil is actually stated as gay. He actually says that he's into dudes in Nier in the very first game. And,
is that why he has a little standoffish?
No, he wasn't even standoffish. He was a kid. He was a really nice kid. And that when he talks about like wanting, brides and such like that, he's like, I don't think I've been able to get a bride for you, but sometimes I think I'd want to be your bride. And he says that to the father, if you're playing the American version, or the brother. That is Emil essentially
saying that he's
I want your dick.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
pretty much what he's saying. Yeah,
and you're like, show it up. But Emil has been that the entirety of the time. It's just that's a thing. I mean, and I find it ludicrous that anyone is claiming that they don't want these characters in the game because they've been around in the game for years. It's just more along the lines that it's people who either have not played these games or people who think that they know the culture, wanting to change it despite the fact it never needed to be changed in the first place.
Take care, V-Mon.
Take care, man.
It's the same thing with comic books. Comic books has had tons and tons of diverse characters for years.
Yeah.
You can nowadays, thanks to the Justice League cartoon, you cannot run into a person who doesn't know about Jon Stewart if you talk about the Green Lanterns or even the Justice League in general. And Jon Stewart is an amazing character.
I fucking love Jon.
I fucking love Jon Stewart. There's like even friends of mine who's Green Lantern fans that say like, honestly, considering what happened with the last Green Lantern movie, if they make another one, I don't want Hal Jordan. I want Jon Stewart because I think he's a cool character.
Yeah, I liked that version of the Green Lantern, honestly, especially in the Justice League show.
Yeah,
and it wasn't because he's black; he's just cool.
He is
like the cool. Yeah, like I don't like the race and gender of the characters. Actually, don't sell anything
on
for
the
me.
Backstory of Jon Stewart in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah,
they did admit that they put him in there to fill a diversity quota.
Oh no shit!
True.
And
I wouldn't doubt it.
Here's the thing: they've already established Kyle Rayner in the DC anime universe. In the DC anime universe, they're shared in on an episode of Superman. So people were expecting him to be part of the roster, and they decided to get Stewart instead, which is not a bad thing because I also really like Jon Stewart. But yeah, it was just some food for thought.
No, I think I don't deny that there have been those.
I don't have a problem with racial quotas.
There's a reason. No, I semi do nowadays, but like I've never seen. But that's the reason why we always refer to them as like the Burger King squad, or some people would. When it came to that, because it really was. You had the fucking Burger King kids. You had every single person there that you can think of. Hell, fucking Danny Phantom did the exact same fucking thing. But I still enjoyed it while it was decent. I'm about to die. And all that. But, I can still go ahead and enjoy them as characters because that's what everyone did. It's like my animation teacher put it, you can do whatever you want as long as I care about the characters. That's it.
Yeah, that's really what's important. Like, you can't just go, well, the character's black. Hey, did I mention the character's black? Because he's black, and he's black. And it's like, okay, well, what else you have?
I like how
nothing.
I like how Windsor put it. He was the real winner. You guys, he got to bang Hawk Girl.
Yeah, that was his plan all along, man.
Yeah, there was also apparently everyone also forgot about Static Shock. That's fucking sad.
Yeah,
Dude,
and rubber. Yeah,
awesome.
Dude, thanks to
Static Shock was interesting.
Static Shock was supposed to be an Injustice too.
Yeah, he was, but we got Black Lightning instead.
They had concept art, but instead they put in Raiden with an alternate skin that turns him into Black Lightning.
Right, to promote the TV watch.
Come on, give me my Static Shock. Static has been ignored, especially by these people, for like the longest time.
Static Shock lives matter,
dude. Shock that I get great lines like, "Thanks, Dad. Now my friend hates me because of you and your stupid racism. I hate you." And it's like fucking, and it's the fucking guy who does the voice of Max from Goofy.
Oh, that's why it sounds familiar. Damn.
The reason why I really like Static Shock is because, like the lessons and shit that it taught you, like that one episode where he was like, "Hey, I have someone to look up to," and the hero was like, "What do you mean? There's heroes everywhere." He's like, "Yeah, but you're black, and I can resonate with that."
Yeah, there's actually that same lesson is actually in Teen Titans, but it's actually like just a bit more subtle about it. Where that kid, where there's like the kid that runs up to Cyborg in that one episode, he's like, "Hey, Cyborg, I'm just like you," right? And he shows off that he has that mechanical hand, or he has a prosthetic. Mm-hmm. And then Cyborg says, "It's not about what you look like on the outside. It's about how you are on the inside that counts." And it's like, wow, people were already fucking throwing this shit out years ago.
Yeah.
Well, what about that scene with Starfire where he was like, "Of course I know what it's like to be mocked for being different," and you're like, "Oh God, here it comes! I'm a cyborg." I'm like, "Oh,
like, I'm a cyborg." Oh, thank God.
Thank God. I thought we were going there with this.
I thought we were gonna go Planet of the Apes 3 for a moment. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Planet of the Apes 4, man? Come on, keep up.
Fuck me.
I haven't. So yeah.
I'm talking about OG Planet of the Apes, dude. That trilogy is fucking great.
When there was just one, yeah.
Yeah.
No, didn't they make sequels
of
the original?
Yeah, it explains
too many fucking sequels.
Where Caesar comes from.
Too many fucking sequels.
Teen Titan had good lessons. Yes, it did.
Yeah, I mean, really, anything before 2000 had plenty of good lessons, and just you don't get that in TV shows anymore.
Okay,
animated or live action.
Part of the 2000s, you dingus.
San Andreas wants to know if we're gonna watch High Guardian Spice.
I actually will be doing a review of High Guardian Spice.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have the strength.
Okay,
I'm not going to support them.
Yeah. So you guys mentioned CalArt style when I just got back. I don't care about that. I really don't. Like, I don't even mind the backgrounds look great. The character designs I like. It's just my biggest concern with it is after watching that video, I still know nothing about this show. Yeah. Like, who are these characters? What are their motivations? What is this
apparently Windsor yesterday dropped everything. Yeah. They actually gave some details, and it doesn't sound all that good.
Yeah, it sounds like what we expected from looking at it. I want you to think about that for a second.
Just focusing on the pitch, because I am definitely with Al on that regard. Even if you don't focus on that thing or that kind of stuff doesn't bother you, it was a terrible pitch. Even people in the cartoon community had been stating that the pitch was terrible, regardless of the politics involved in it. And I would agree with that. I don't know why. I would say as a producer, why you would think that was a good idea to throw out, that this was just enough. There's no thoughtful producers whatsoever would think that was a good idea. Especially if you're touting that your entire group is women, which honestly I think is not good at all, because any kind of difference of background, that it's not really diverse. It just means it's a singular thing. And
which makes it sexist.
But especially
nobody knows what diversity means. That word. When I was seeing reviews about Black Panther saying, "Oh, the cast is hella diverse," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of black people. That doesn't make it diverse. That makes it segregated. Which, I mean, all right, that's fine. If that's what you want to do.
I like how you paused. There's already Rule 34 of High Guardian Space. Oh, you can't stop that. There's nothing you can do.
But no.
Yeah, it's
Man,
done.
hey,
Yeah, it's
Watcher
done.
was all about that Rule 34.
Yeah.
Okay, so a friend of mine texted me, and I don't know how viable this is.
Yeah.
I guess this was a Twitter post or whatever saying, panel for the first Crunchyroll original High Guardian Spice. Here's what I can surmise so far.
Yep, that's the thing Windsor read last night.
Botany-themed magical girl show. High school girls finding their friend family. At least one angsty boy. Lesbian witches. Transgender/POC characters voiced by trans/POC people.
Yeah. Also, yeah, go ahead.
And you see, like, that last bit, like, that's not inherently a bad thing. Like, it's like if you want a show with like trans or POC, which by the way I hate that term POC, I fucking hate it.
Oh,
yeah, POC is worse than colored people. It's the same fucking thing. Colored people, people of color.
They say people of color, but what they really mean is black. Because if you're like
Asian
white passing, and that's bullshit.
Yeah.
What if they're a darker skinned Asian though? What if they're Laotian?
Yeah, no, I kind of know a bit as to where some of that is from, because that has been around since the 90s.
Oh my God!
If you watch The Color of Fear, it's actually used as that mentioned, and I've stated.
But anyways, getting to Al's point.
But yeah,
okay.
That last point where it's like, oh, it's gonna have trans and people. I'm like, that's not inherently bad. See, I don't give a shit about that. It's just when that's your only selling point, your show's gonna. You know the saying, get woke, go broke.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that I don't think necessarily being the only selling point is a bad thing if it's written well, but usually it isn't. You know, like I don't want to make it synonymous with the reality. I don't want to make a main selling point like that synonymous with it being bad, but we go in expecting that. Windsor, what's up?
Yeah, okay. I actually made it back.
All I could say is that as much as I want to say who cares at this point, because there actually are some people in the comment section that are flat out saying that in most of these videos I've been watching. The truth is the warning signs are there. I'm seeing the same stuff that I saw the patterns with Star Wars, which I ignored the first time around. And now this is just, it's there. And
it won't go away. Yeah.
And it's like, have we not learned from Gen Z? Like,
yeah,
that's the thing that really surprised me.
Gamer fans.
I think
nice answers.
I mean, I watch fucking Steven Universe. I don't think having characters like that is a bad thing, but I don't really think it's good because there's tons of reasons as to why they really did it. They either did it for the sake of advertisement or they did it for a quote-unquote moral thing. I think when it comes to anything, it's business to me, and that's what it always is. It's bad business, but it's business nonetheless. And the people who claim it for a just cause is just very, very foolish. That's
it's like the Powerpuff Girls, the reboot, where it's like, hey, this unicorn episode is about being trans, and then the person who actually wrote the episode is like, the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing about High Guardian Spice. It was already pitched to multiple networks before Crunchyroll picked it up. Crunchyroll was like bastion of getting the show actually greenlit. Solely because of their, how they advertised it with like, oh, it's all women and all that. That's the only reason Crunchyroll picked it up. Other networks saw that and were like, oh, this is clearly not a good product. We should pass on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, Crunchyroll, but how about you use that money given to you from your fans to actually fix the fucking website and the industry?
Well, let me tell you something else I heard about that panel. High Guardian Spice is one of 8 shows that are going to be on Crunchyroll's greenlit program.
What the hell is that?
We don't know what the other 7 are. All I know about a few of them is that one of them is inspired by the French, and you know how the French are with how they make shows. And a couple are anime. I don't know. Like, is it like mock anime or franime? It might be franime. Who knows?
So what you're saying is that we have 7 other seals of hell to go through before we get to the very bottom.
Like I said, we don't know what the other ones are.
Okay. How's it going, Nightman? Also, now that you're here, Windsor, tell the story of how you met me.
Are we
fun narrative?
Are we going into that story? It's all started at your first anime convention.
The deepest lore.
Okay, actually, yeah. Let's rewind it back a bit because this story is pretty funny, and I actually did do a vlog about this a long time ago. But
don't say it, Art.
So
don't say it.
When I was watching,
don't say what?
I'm not. Shut up. When I was watching, Scott Pilgrim the third time around with some friends of mine in college, they were briefly talking about visiting a convention, but I really never got all the details or whatever. So it kind of slipped my mind. About a month later, I wake up early in the afternoon, gonna get myself some lunch. Then I call up Mitsuhide and ask, "Hey man, you want to hang out or something?" He's like, "I'm at an anime. I'm going to the anime convention." I'm like, "Anime? Yeah, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana." And I was like, anyone else going? It's like, well, it's me, Charlie, Colby. And I'm like, well, why didn't you say it? Wait. You guys were inviting people to a convention? Well, why didn't he say anything to me? And I was like, hold on a second. He said he forgot about you. I was like, so I got pissed. I got my sandwich. I ate as fast as I can. I ran to the conference center, looked it up online to see how much it costs, went to the ATM, pulled some money out, and just like darted all the way back to my car and just started to chase them down. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about this convention, but I am going to check it out because I've never been to an anime convention before in my life before that. And I went there, had a good time. Now, here's the interesting bit. There was this guy who was like staring at me occasionally whenever we were either at the autograph session or at the lines, but he was giving me this, "Oh, you look familiar" face, even though I've never seen him at all in my life. This is where you come in.
Okay, so I thought it was you because that's about around the time where you did more face cam videos, and for the longest time I thought you were black. So when I actually saw that,
dude, if I had $1 for every time somebody said that on YouTube, I would be loaded.
But what ended up happening was this: when I saw it was you, and I walked by specific panels that I saw you in, which kept making me think it was you, which was the voice acting panel and all of that. So I wanted to test out this theory that it was you because I knew you lived in Louisiana. So when we bumped into each other during a hallway, we were right next to a video room that was showing Love Hina.
The irony.
So see, this stream has a pattern here. It's poetry. It rhymes.
So
it's like you have a really personal relationship with Love Hina.
Yeah. So
man.
To figure out why.
Just come out to Love Hina, dude. Give in.
Yeah.
So I decided it would be a good time to bring up Love Hina in front of him to gauge his reaction. I was like, hey man, look at that. Love Hina's right across from us in that video room, in which you respond.
Oh, you actually want me to respond?
Well, what did you say?
I don't actually remember the small details of what I said.
You said, and I quote, "I fucking hate that show."
Okay, yeah, that sounds like me.
Sounds about right, yeah.
In which I responded, "I know, I'm subscribed to you."
And that's how we became friends.
So for the even like deepest in lore, so I don't update the wiki page with anything in particular. What was the sandwich you had?
Oh, it was Quiznos.
Quiznos.
I fucking love
I haven't had one of those in a while. I used to always get Quiznos.
But the thing is, we had a Quiznos in our cafe.
Oh Lord, you tell that story.
Well, I'm not going to tell the story how you just ran to grab the last Fanta. But yeah,
why don't you just do that? You've already gone into it.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Wait. What flavor for Fanta? This is important.
What flavor do you think it was?
It's grape.
Come on.
It's grape.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was.
Of course it was. What other color would it be?
Also, God, where the hell is Al? Because I need to let him know that we have wiki pages.
Oh yeah, we'll bring that up once he gets.
In fact,
back.
I'm going to pull up those pages and screen share them.
But yeah, it was after that point that we became friends. Which I guess it prided you that I was the first subscriber you ever met.
Yeah, I have met other subs later down the line. I haven't met any during this year in MechaCon, but people recognize me from earlier conventions, so that's still a good thing.
Yep. Oh, I think I saw Al there.
Al, you returning?
Yep, I'm back. I was just
okay.
Stuff ready.
Okay, I'm glad you're here because the next topic I want to talk about. Do you know we have wiki pages, and do you know you have a TV tropes page?
I was aware of the TV tropes one. I wasn't aware of the wiki.
Okay, hey, we have wiki pages. I'm going to pull up screen share for this. I'm going to show you my wiki page because it's pretty hilarious. Apparently, Jack Cooper, a subscriber of mine, I don't even know if he still watches my content or anything. He made this. Here it is. Darkscream. Darkscream217 is a YouTube user who makes anime reviews and anime discussions who created his channel back in 2007. I did create it, but I didn't do anything with it until a year later. Back when he was still in high school. That needs to be corrected. I was actually in college when I was doing these videos. He is good friends with Big Al 2K6, who he did the video series Down Memory Lane. Yeah, that's our series. That was really good. And he's also good friends with Windsor321, who he does a lot of videos with, including his anime preseason discussions. His channel is currently at 1,000 subs as of June 2008. Okay, that actually got updated because when did we look at these?
You know, they have update history on who updates your wiki.
Yeah, I need to look at that because somebody's been updating it a little bit. Other users who he is friends with but hasn't done much of anything with include the Lava Buster. Okay, we're not friends. We're kind of acquaintances. I don't hate the guy, although I strongly disagree with him with a ton of things. I don't hate the guy, but we never really mingled all that much. Maggots X1, yeah, he's retired, but yeah, I'm still friends with him. And Multifire. Darkscream prefers older anime from the 80s, 90s, and very early 2000s. Okay, that is true, which is why most of his reviews revolves around these types of anime. But he does occasionally watch and sometimes even review newer anime as well, but not nearly as often. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Good friends on YouTube: Big Al, Magus, Mitsuhide, Windsor, The Hard Mode. Hardy, Sheik Hardy, aka Who's Your Anime. He retired when Blip went under, and I'm still friends with him on Facebook. And what he would usually do is talk about writing because he's like writing books, and he also gives his opinions on various movies. But he's a cool dude. In fact, his review style is kind of what inspired my review style a little bit. Multifire, Lava Buster. Again, I don't know if I could say good friend. In fact, you should probably put Eastside Steve or Nightman in there or something. Fighter Wolf Neon, yes. The Joseph Show, okay. I forgot to mention this, but yeah, Joseph Show and I, we used to PM each other back in the day. He's actually a really cool dude to chat with. He also did a video. He did a tag video. Remember tag videos, Al?
Yes, I do remember those, yes.
He did a video tagging me, and since Joseph is an artist, he actually drew like a little funny avatar of me at the time. It was pretty hilarious. And the anime overviewer. So videos, Darkscream217 anime reviews, top 10s, anime discussions, rants, preseason, which has been kiboshed because Narragate shut down and I haven't been keeping up with new stuff, and Down Memory Lane with Big Al 2K6. Here's Big Al's page, which is actually bigger and more complex. Current good friends on YouTube. Number 1, Darkness the Curse. Is that true?
No. I haven't talked with him for fucking ass.
Ace Salieri. Okay, that's true. Jim.
Was it ever true, though?
It used to be.
Yeah, I wonder how long ago that was written.
Former good friends on YouTube, Spax and Emmer Prevost. Wow, Emmer Prevost.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn, rest in peace.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Personalities and hobbies.
At all.
Big Al is known to be very opinionated, brash, open-minded, and politically incorrect. Often doesn't think before he
says that shit, nigga. Yeah.
And
doesn't think before he says something. Well,
that sounds true.
Yeah.
And doesn't usually care if he offends people. He's verbally attacked individuals such as Spax3, Brianna Wu, Zoe Quinn, Ania Sarkeesian, among many. Oh wow, he only talked about He only talked about one other thing from the old days, and they just move on to the recent topics. He's known for his hatred of soccer moms, as many of his classic rants have him discussing them in minor detail. He even dedicated one of those classic rants solely to soccer moms. Despite many people believing he hates anime due to his classic anime rant, this is actually untrue. He just, for the most part, prefers the classic anime that he grew up with over modern anime.
This is true.
He even goes to anime conventions quite often, likes to cosplay at said conventions, putting a lot of hard work, time, and effort into each of these costumes that he dresses up in.
Hard work, effort, most of that shit's from the thrift store.
Yeah. You just got off your ass and did something other than them.
Notable works.
Than the rest of the plebs.
The One Piece rant, the 4 Kids rant, the Jesus Camp rant, Soccer Moms rant, anime rants. I did a commentary on that anime rant video. You know what? Who else did a commentary on your anime rant video?
Metal Mouth?
No, the other guy. The green guy.
Oh.
He had that up, and then he took it down within 20 minutes. It's hilarious. Look at this. Pizza Power, his theme song. Pizza Power was Al's original theme song, played over clips of him and his friends doing things in videos. It was considered very classic and nostalgic by many of his fans, but he discontinued it for some reason. At first opting to create remix versions of it before discarding it completely, not occasionally, very rarely bringing it back for very brief periods of time. Your famous quotes. It is I, Big Al, once again, and welcome to the internet, bitch. Man, that's the one everyone uses. Welcome to the internet, bitch.
So good.
Look, there's a photo of you as the Joker.
With Kaiser Neko.
I remember when I first met Kaiser Neko. That was before I knew he was gay. And then I walked in on him and his boyfriend making out, and then I realized he was gay.
Oh yeah, we actually met Kaiser Neko at a Louisiana anime convention. He was a pretty cool dude. He even said the statement he does believe in the idea of like sexualizing women without objectifying them, but that somehow gets lost in translation for some people.
His video editing panels are amazing to go to, though.
Yeah. His video editing videos are actually good. He usually talks about he used to do breakdowns of Team 4-Star episodes, but then he stopped that entirely. All right, see, that was fun. That was fun to look at. Let's see what the chat says. I wasn't paying attention to him because my focus was on the internet page. I remember when Magus died. Oh yes, the infamous Magus death prank scare. Al knows that one. Al knows that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like a fucking emotional mess.
Okay, here's the story from what I've known thus far. I was in a Skype call. Yeah, there's the pattern there. I'm always in a Skype call with somebody. That's something I actually miss back in the day. I miss conversing with some of these guys for like 3 hours over nothing. But
kind of like what we're doing now.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
we're not doing it live and airing dirty laundry. It was me.
Yeah, because we're not doing that now at all.
I was in a Skype call with Magus, Beltino, and Samuel Tageek. Samuel Tageek at the time was playing Oregon Trail, and he was naming his characters after various YouTubers, so that way he would say funny things like, "Oh, lol, Darkscream died of dysentery. Here lies Magus, pepperoni and cheese." So Magus left a little early, and while they left, a couple of hours played by, and then Sam and Beltino had, and I almost say maybe Time Warp, I forgot, someone else was also involved in this. And he said, they were discussing the idea of, hey, why don't we do a prank making fun of Magus saying he died? And at the time I was like, okay, I actually need to get some sleep myself. So I kind of slept through the whole thing. But when I woke up in the afternoon and see that the earth is scorched right in front of my eyes, and then Maggie's is like, yeah, apparently I'm dead. It's like, what happened? Well, I have a Skype call that tells us the whole thing. And they kept saying that, oh, by the way, we're going to fake your death. You never said you were going to fake. Yes, we did. They had a conversation basically having a back and forth about that. But the aftermath was people were sad at first. He even got 100 subs out of it. And then once everyone found out it was a prank, people got pissed. Oh, not at Magus, because he had nothing to do with it. And I don't know if Real accidentally muted himself, because I didn't mute him. But they were definitely mostly pissed at Samuel and Beltino, and it was easy to target Samuel because he had kind of had he had an infamous rep on YouTube back in the day. But I always thought he was a cool dude regardless. But yeah, that was some fun shit. That was some fun things I witnessed. Woo. God damn, this stream is really fun. I'm glad I planned this.
Yeah.
Man.
Real, is your mic on?
If it's not, message me on Discord.
I mean, it's muted, but does he know that? He may have walked away. I think he did say he'd be right back.
But I don't know if he was coming back or not.
Anyways, yeah, it's always nice to remember the good old days, back when we had the perfect layout.
Yeah, when it was simpler.
Back when I said things like, you are horrible, horrible people.
Yeah, I don't know where that bit came from.
It was my video ranting on fanboys. It was just another old thing I did to test waters and shit. But when I said horrible, horrible people, you would just break down laughing every time.
I mean, it was hilarious. That and the whole I'm white, I'm responsible, and I pay my taxes bit.
That was a Skype thing.
Oh, my God.
I need to play the first 3 Streets of Rage games, which I believe they're all on Steam. I just need to pick those games up before I can get myself excited for the 4th game and see whether or not it's worth it.
I feel bad, but I haven't played any of them. Not all the way through.
Yeah, same here.
Streets of Rage 4 is being made.
Yeah, just the fact that they're making Streets of Rage 4 is just a jaw dropper. That's all I need.
Well, Konami's gradually pulling their head out of their ass. Give them time. They're not quite there yet.
Believe them.
Streets of Rage is a Sega game, dude.
That's what I'm saying. What did I say? Konami?
You said Konami.
Said Konami. And
they're so similar.
Konami is unsalvageable at this point.
Get it, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, Sega's awesome again now. I've been playing a lot of Yakuza Kiwami too, and those games are still pretty solid.
I cannot fucking wait for Lost Paradise.
Oh, that's coming out October 2nd. That's coming out a month, which shocks the hell out of me because I don't know if I'm gonna beat Yakuza Kiwami 2 in time in order to be prepared for Lost Paradise.
Oh, you're talking about the Fist of the North Star game?
Yeah, the game where Kenshiro is a bartender.
Shaka.
We're getting a very interesting series of games. For example, they're going to make a subbed version of the Kamen Rider fighting game for the Switch, so we can order it off of PlayAsia. Thanks for finally getting your head out your butt and stop with the whole region locking thing, guys. It took you how long?
Yeah. We told you we didn't like it before.
I still wish they would just straight localize it, like Gundam Breaker 3, for example. That's a fantastic game, and we've been robbed of that. That is so insulting.
At least we have Singapore. Singapore is the savior for English subbed releases of games. As long as Singapore is healthy, we can get our imports.
Amen, brother. Let's see. What else can I remember from those days? You know what? Mr. Mercury's doing all these streams and these videos talking about the political shit. I miss his Let's Play so fucking much, and Al can vouch with me on
this. Hey, don't worry. I'm sure he's going to stream Honey Pop too.
I hope so.
Or he might stream Life is Autism too.
Oh yeah, he could also. Yeah, we're talking about his LPs. Remember how
I am so sad that they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They're okay. There is somebody who
never completed on his video on his channel, Rising Zan. It's one of the funniest fucking playthroughs I've ever seen, and it's gone forever.
Okay. There was one person who archived that shit, and that was my friend Hated Washu. And weird thing is, he would actually listen to that stuff on the radio. He would make an MP3 version of all his content and play that shit in the car. And I even told Jim this, and he's like, that's interesting. Okay. But because if he still has those videos, I want them because I want to archive them because they are the funniest LPs ever. And I remember we were in a call with Jim, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I'm not doing Let's Plays anymore because I think they're all shit." And Al and I pled to him, no, we think they're funny. We want you to finish the Super Punch Out Let's Play, which is my favorite one out of this entire series.
I'm a big bear daddy looking for a little cub who's into water sports and poppers.
Dude, for those who don't know, Mr. Mercury did a Let's Play of Super Punch Out, but the way he would do it is he would have the presentation of a legit boxing series. What he would do is that he would introduce the opponents, like Gabby J, for example, and then he would make up a fictitious backstory about them. And it's the funniest thing ever. Like, for example, Gabby J will like fight children on the playground. And that's how he got the nickname the pedophilic pugilist. Or that Masked Muscle was a gay porn star who shat himself to near death at one point in a match that he was supposed to fight Hulk Hogan in. And he would just have these hilarious images to accompany that shit with. Okay, and then he would actually show the gameplay itself, which is just traditional Punch-Out gameplay. No chip strategies, none of that. But he would still like call on it like a commentator. It was funny as hell.
So Jim, I was on a call with him, and he told me that he had a plan. He did eventually have a plan to have a backstory with Soda Popinski, but he realized that he wasn't in Super Punch-Out. But this is what he came up with anyway. He was addicted to chugging Pepto-Bismol, and that's what turned him.
That's already funny. That was me. That was me laughing.
Oh man, it sounded like you ripped ass.
No, that was my nose.
Okay. And what else? He also had like ideas for the other opponents. Like, for example, God, what was the name of that clown?
Mad Clown.
Mad Clown. His gimmick, his backstory was that he was a serial killer that would just consistently wear the same makeup, and that's why police were able to easily identify him all the time.
So he was John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that John Wayne Gacy. Yeah.
And he also had
related to him?
Of I'm sorry if I'm botching this name. It's called Resuscitator. It's that Reciteer. That's the RPG.
Was a great LP of his. That was an amazing LP.
It was an amazing LP because he would just make nothing but fucking lolicon jokes. It was great. He was like, "Oh man, am I gonna get arrested playing this?" And he would just make these weird quips and everything. Speaking of. Oh
Daikatana.
Man! Oh, it's Daikatana in 64 LP. That was pretty good.
You can't spell capitalism without tism.
That's true.
All right, what the hell is Nightman showing off this time? Oh, okay.
Speaking of capitalism, the ending of WarioWare Gold, where they beat the shit out of Wario and take what's left of the money that he made. Somebody put the caption, the Labour Party overthrows the bourgeoisie.
All right, take care, Mr.
Wario learned socialism.
Take care, man.
Oh man,
Wario learned socialism.
Socialism, or was it capitalism?
No. Because they beat the shit out of him. He's their employer. They beat the shit out of him, then took the money.
Isn't that what communism is?
Yeah. Well, socialism's just the name they do it to kind of baby pat it.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's like Wario learns.
It's communism plus.
Yeah.
The gentle laborer shall no longer suffer.
Just like Google Plus, Windsor.
Which is what we have to technically use to do this.
Yeah, the irony.
You know who still makes consistently good videos? Silent Rob. He uploaded he uploaded a rant on Shenmue today. It was really good.
It is accurate too, man. It's the truth. Because I played Shenmue when it was new on the Dreamcast. The game, it wasn't bad. It was an interesting experiment, but it's not a game I find myself ever wanting to go back to. I'm not nostalgic about it. Oh, like Devil May Cry 1 and Final Fantasy Tactics or Turtles in Time. No, it's not one of those games. It's one of those games where, like, if you were around when it was new and were interested, you play it. But if not, you're not missing much.
There's
really
an interesting parallel if you think about it. The release of Shenmue 3 would be the equivalent of what would happen if Half-Life 3 got released.
Wow.
Well, we'll have to wait and see when the game actually comes out. And I did hear about the Neptunia app, but I heard it was like iPhone exclusive anyway, so yeah, I'm telling you. I don't know what is it with Japan, but they like iPhones for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm saying just stick to the Yakuza franchise. That's more exciting.
What do you mean? As opposed to what?
As opposed to walking around talking to people looking for sailors.
Oh, well, before it's sailors, it's guys in black suits.
Man seeks out seamen.
Yeah, I'd rather play Sonic Adventure than that shit, which I did. So.
Oh God, I did too.
It was actually a very fun game.
Oh, right. I showed up late to this, but people were bitching about the voice acting in Sonic as if that was the worst thing ever. Remember that, Al?
I remember somebody by the name of Spax3, if I'm not mistaken, that used to do that.
Oh my God. Are we going back to 2010?
Yeah, we are.
This had to be 2007 before I showed up. This had to be that around that time.
I'd say somewhere around maybe 2007, 2008, because that when I was hyper lurking literally everyone's YouTube channel.
Nice.
Hey, remember when I put down the cheeseburger and drove Spax away from the internet?
Dude, I wonder if that. Well, there's no point showing that video because it's a fucking black screen. That was what people uploaded back then. It was just a black screen.
Yeah.
Black screen with red text.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Just a black screen.
Not even that. It was just a black screen. I remember that video. I saw that like 5 times in one day because I knew it was going to cause a shitstorm, and a shitstorm it caused.
Oh yeah, it was pretty glorious. It made Encyclopedia Dramatica like me. That's
wow. It's like, yeah, you know what? You've been redeemed. You're still a new fag, but you know.
As for the current voice actor for Sonic, he's pretty good. I like him.
I like him too.
Yeah, he's all right. It's just ironic that, you know, with all the Jason Griffith shit aside, it's like, you know, those games weren't good. If you were like me and just played them on mute and just ignored dumb shit like the voice acting, then, you know the game...
You know what's fucking stupid? People have been hounding Jason Griffith for years. And towards the end of his career, Sonic, he actually started getting really good. And then, you know, but people still bitched about him being Sonic at all. So then they come out with a new voice cast, and now all of a sudden people are like, wow, this voice cast is shittier than the last one. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, you can't please these people.
That was also another Blip video back in the day. Big Al and I did that together. And I was and people, I don't know if it was Blip, but I remember getting pissed off, and everyone's like, yeah, that's the old angry Darkscream we miss so goddamn much. Because I was like, sweet Jesus, first off, they all sound fine. Well, except for Amy, maybe. But that's like one character.
Amy never sounded good. Let's be honest here.
Amy's meant to be annoying.
Honestly, her voice actress in Sonic Boom is actually leaps and bounds better.
You know who Amy really is? Amy is the female fan base of Sonic.
I'll just say this. The Sonic Boom TV show is a treasure we did not deserve.
There was something else on my mind during that whole thing. Oh, yeah. Remember that plagiarism video we did together, Al?
I think so.
Gene Simmons' son wanted to work on a manga. He was caught tracing images of Bleach.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
God, Darkness tried to defend that shit.
I think you told me about that video.
It's called homaging. Homage.
No,
well, it's going to be hemorrhage.
Hemorrhaging.
Well,
yeah.
What was funny about that, and I still have that video uploaded on my secondary account, was that because Big Al botched the first take, I ended up getting nervous. And when I get nervous, I laugh like Yukiko Amagi in Persona 4, where I would just think everything is just too damn funny. So, take 2. Darkscream over here. Well, it's not how I sound. You can find the video somewhere. It's pretty hilarious. And then the third take, I couldn't hold it in anymore. And while I was laughing, fucking Al's like, you fucking asshole.
Apparently Darkness has testicular cancer.
That's what Just Keep That in Mind told me. He showed up in the chat when I was streaming Dragon Ball Fighters. I did not expect him to show up. He's like, how's it going, Darkscream? Oh, by the way, Darkness has testicular cancer. And Windsor said,
not even a free Xbox One can make that good.
But he also said, that was a big ball to drop.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Wow. What do you have to say for yourself, Winston?
What do you mean? This is classic me. I'm
yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know if that was swiping. That was probably just straight up plagiarism.
Dude, it was straight up.
It was traced. It was traced. The evidence was like put, it was overlaced.
So, Darkscream, speaking of blatant plagiarism, have you ever heard of that, this comic book that was made by an American guy, by an American guy, back before JoJo was insanely popular in America? He read basically what he did was he read JoJo, figured it would never catch on in America, and then just straight up ripped it off.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it was called, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
He even called the thing stands.
Yes, he had stands. He had a villain that was very similar
Diesel.
to Indol.
That's what it was called.
Diesel, yes. Dude.
And it
holy shit. No, it was a plagiarist.
It was a
It was. It literally was. Like, the villain was very similar to Dio from part 1. The villain they had to fight in that comic was basically a knockoff of Indol and his stand, the Geb. Instead of controlling water, it's controlling blood.
What?
We're not making that. Look it up on Google. JoJo Diesel. Look it up.
Oh, God.
He tried to fucking make his own JoJo. I remember the Super Best Friend cast talking about it.
Here, I have the Imgur link in the Discord.
Oh, wow.
Okay, from the cover, you can't tell it's a JoJo knockoff, but like I said, just like look at the pages and everything.
That. I got it.
Are we sure this isn't just a rip-off of Shaman King?
Is this Shaman King just ripping off of JoJo?
No, it's called Homage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're using old figures of history and legends.
Is Persona a homage to JoJo?
No, Persona is an homage to old stories and legends.
No, that's Shin Megami Tensei in general.
Yeah, because the fucker actually knows apparently his good Judeo-Christianity mythos, which surprised the shit out of me, because no one fucking does, except for...
Not even the people that
But
believe.
Persona specifically has that setup that feels like JoJo, because the way Personas work are very similar to stands.
Yada yada.
By the way, this stream has been going on for almost 3 hours.
And it's been going pretty solid. I mean,
we should wrap it up pretty soon.
I don't know. Do you feel like wrapping it up?
I'm good.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be leaving pretty soon because I gotta work in the morning.
I do. Well, I don't know if I am gonna go to work because because of the aforementioned storm. But
hey,
yeah.
I am running out of steam. I am running out of things to remember and reminisce. Because we covered almost everything, even YouTube poops.
Hey man, YouTube poops are national history.
When there's smoke, they pitch back.
Nice.
I remember seeing some YouTube poops, but I don't know what the titles were. I just know they showed footage of the Philips CDI games.
Oh, there's so much. I mean, that
was the thing. It was like an oversaturation of weird quality.
Did you ever? Hey, Big Al, did you ever see the King's Quest for a Lolly?
No, but now I have to look it up.
It's fucking great. There's like this one bit where Link visits the fucking seller because he has to buy the King Lolicon because he loves Konata, because this is when Lucky Star came out. And the fucking seller goes, the seller appears and says, "Do you want this Lolicon?" And then Link, for some fucking reason, he switches out the audio and he's just like, "Yes, it is yours, but only if you have $19.99."
Speaking of Lucky Star, that's an anime I actually want to go back and revisit.
I could get into it.
Just to see if I still enjoyed it the same weird way I did back then.
Rip in peace, that shrine from the opening. It collapsed.
Rest in peace, Konata's mom.
Oh yeah, that was a
low blow.
Hey, it had some pretty. Good
actually, I guess there's one thing we can actually wrap it up on.
Yeah.
We could talk about stuff that we said we were going to do, but we never did. Basically, a whole bunch of reviews and videos that we either didn't do or we quit halfway. I got 2 stuff that I quit halfway in. Okay, because I was inspired by Mr. Plinkett from Ladler Media, I wanted to do a Plinkett-esque review of Ikitosen. And I actually have like 3 videos made. And then I just quit because I knew not many people were going to watch it, and I was putting way too much effort in at the time. Yeah, and the second thing was I was actually doing a review series of all the Dead or Alive games with Beavis before the 5th one came out. And once again, I got out of that one because when you try to do something with somebody, the most difficult issue is always the scheduling. You gotta make sure both timing. You gotta make sure that both or all parties are available. Otherwise, the whole thing will just fall apart, or it will take forever. So I don't think we were able to converse in like timely manners, and of course, Blip perched my fucking account, so what was the point? And then I was going back on regular YouTube and doing videos there at the time because Multifire.
Nightman, Ikitosen is the most disappointing thing since my son.
I did open by saying Ikitosen gave me AIDS, but that's about it.
Wow, it's a little on the nose.
I didn't upload any of those either. I was gonna wait until
my phone agrees.
Thing. What other scrapped video ideas I didn't do? Well, I don't know if I'm going to review Space Adventure Cobra. Not that I have anything strongly against that anime or anything. It was around that time where it was when the laziness kicked in, basically.
Where you just didn't care as much anymore?
Yeah, pretty much. Big Al, what other videos did you promise to do but decided not to do? Or you couldn't do?
Not so much decided not to do, just haven't gone to it yet because I'm a lazy fuck. Fire Pro Wrestling World Review was going to review Castle of Cagliostro and its various dubs.
Oh, you mean like I did with Mystery Amamo?
Yeah, similar to that. Fucking, because there are good points and bad points to both the dubs. First of all, I know why I get why they called him the Wolf because of copyright reasons with the LaMarche estate, but I just didn't like it. I think the the Count is better in the initial English dub because he what's the best way I can describe it? He's not as pretentious as he was in the manga entertainment dub, but he gives off a vibe. God, what's the best way I can describe it? It's on the tip of my tongue. He's better at hiding his evil intentions.
Okay, so he's subtle.
Yeah, like he's not so much a pretentious dickhead as he was in the new dub. He's actually a lot more proper and polite. Like for example, in the scene where Zenigata busts in, right, and he's like, he's like, Count Lupin's after your shit.
Guys, shit.
Listen, Lupin's here. I gotta deal with him. Fuck.
And when Zenigata asks him in the newer dub, why is Lupin here after your bride? He goes, you tell me, you're the great detective. But in the older dub, he says, what did he say? He said, well, Inspector, if I recall, that's why you're here to find out. So he's not so much of a dick. He's more proper in the original version. And a fun fact, Kirk Thornton, who voices the Count in the newer version, actually voiced Gustav in the old version. So he voiced the head guard in the old version.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you say you were going to do a video on the 9/11 truthers? The loose change guys.
I remember that, where it was like, cool story, bro. Yeah, that ship is fucking
What was
sailed.
funny about that was that Metal Mouth was going to make a video response the second you upload that video.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember him saying that. But, that ship has fucking sailed. We are never going to talk about it.
Oh, God, yeah. I just remember...
Steel beams, guys.
What?
Just saying, steel beams.
Steel beams. Steel beams.
Melt steel beams, guys. Just saying.
Okay.
Despite the fact there's a video of a guy literally bending the same exact type of steel beam with not even anything as hot as jet fuel. Just saying.
Yeah. I remember that I left over the weekend on a theater trip, and then to come back to see you do a video on Metal Mouth, and then everything exploding again. But that was hilarious.
But here's the thing about Metal Mouth that I'll actually give him credit for. He actually matured and stopped being a little bitch.
Jesus. Yep.
Like he actually tried to reason with Metal Mouth, if that gives you any, or he actually tried to reason with Nitroxus, if that gives you any indication.
Yeah, it does.
Well. And how did it turn out?
And how what?
And how did it turn out?
Oh, horrible.
just like Summer Prime, right?
Oh man, Summer
Nitroxus recently posted on DeviantArt.
Summer Prime.
Nitroxus posted on DeviantArt that he wants the last 10 years of his life back.
Damn.
That's
the sound of a man who made a mistake.
Most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but most of the time, and I mean most of the time, he brought it on himself. I can't deal with anymore.
Yeah, no shit.
What other videos did I promise to do that I just never got around to actually doing? There was just so many ideas I wanted to do. I just kind of half-assed it. There's some videos I wanted. There's actually some rants I want to do, but I just don't have the energy or the way to word it. Like I'm as a retro anime fan, I'm just sick and tired of fucking seeing YouTube videos of people talking about new anime sucking. And this is coming from a guy who would rather watch Legend of Galactic Heroes or Tekken Man Blade.
You like Digibro?
I
had to.
Gonna go.
I actually like Digibro's video on Crunchyroll because he's right. I just hate his.
So, did you know that Digibro went on the Dick Show and decided to say he was a lolicon and then flat out defined it?
Yeah, it was.
Al? Yeah. To a normie.
Yeah, it was awful.
That was dumb of him. I'm sorry. I never got around to my new Gundam Breaker rant. TLDR, that game sucks by Gundam Breaker 3. And it was gonna expand on how Japanese companies, while they're improving on this, they are still having a problem understanding that their international audience.
Oh, that's always been the case. I mean,
I know it's always been the case, and like I said, it's improving, but we get hiccups like Gundam Breaker 3. Still. From bigger companies, smaller companies like Marvelous Entertainment with Senran Kagura, they know they have a Western audience. And by the way, if there was a way to gift Switch games, I would totally gift the hell of Senran Kagura Reflections to Al just to mess with them. And why not? It's only $10.
I would say though, I mean, it was Bandai Namco who made the game, right? Because Bandai Namco is Japan's equivalent to fucking EA. That has been stated a lot.
Sadly,
basically, yeah.
Even though
does that make Konami Activision?
Oh my god, they are Neo Activision.
Ooh.
I just noticed there's a fly buzzing around that's getting that the light is catching.
That game's gonna be hilarious.
In terms of things like I never committed to, back when I was considering to actually make YouTube content instead of just being a troll in comment sections, I was actually working on Machinima with a couple people I know. Remember how that was a thing?
Yeah, Al started on Machinima with those movie games or whatever they were called.
Yeah, that's how I started on YouTube. Actually, I did. If you've ever heard of this program called The Movies, it was made by Lionhead Studios. And basically, it was The Sims, but you can make movies out of it. You can make videos out of the character models by putting them in like different sets and special effects and shit. It was actually a really fucking good game, and that's how I made my start on YouTube by making.
Thanks, Black and Silver. Take care, man.
Take care, Black and Silver.
Oh yeah, I remember those videos now. It's all coming back.
I'm wondering if anybody's got them archived because there's actually
Happy Labor Day.
Because I have a couple of them that I actually really fucking like. There's Big Al Gets Sucked into a Video Game. That was really fun. The first ever movie I made was High Noon, and I tried to be like Blazing Saddles and Mel Brooks, but I have it like the main character would like go on to the wrong sets and shit looking for the bad guy.
If we could find those, that would be a great memory lane video to do.
Yes, that's actually exactly what I was thinking. It's like I gotta find these
because that would be that. And then I could do my Lovina vlogs. It would see me fucking punch myself in the head. Yes, I actually did that. I can't believe I fucking did that.
I can.
I also made one called Santa and Jesus Save Easter. The Easter Bunny.
Thanks, Ishan.
Oh, I remember that one.
Where the Easter Bunny takes over the world with his mutated peep army. And Jesus
I remember there was a viral video of the Easter Bunny going around just beating the shit out of everybody. It was hilarious.
If I remember correctly, Santa has to join up with Jesus begrudgingly because they don't like how Jesus doesn't like Santa because he over-commercialized his birthday, and Santa doesn't like Jesus because, well, you know, he's against capitalism. But they join forces to take out the Easter Bunny and his mutated peep army, and I think Jesus ends up dying in Santa's arms.
Okay.
Okay, he comes back.
So.
That's some deep ass lore, man.
I know it's why I want to, and they look like they were filmed in Potato Vision to give you a true testament of their age.
Another video series idea I had was actually going to be a series of manga reviews. I was going to review each story arc of Higurashi. I got the first one out because I actually, while I do like the anime of Higurashi, the manga is fucking phenomenal. Like. First off, they actually show some legit blood and gore. Second, they actually they expand on finer details on what's going on with the story and certain things in the characters. Like, for example, you know how the first arc ends with like almost all the characters fucking dying, right? Well, you actually see the aftermath. You see like the parents' reaction, the other surviving friends' characters' reactions, and how they've been affected by all this. It was actually really fucking good. And I decided to upload that video. And what was funny is that I got discouraged because somebody decided to post like not a negative comment towards me, but towards the Higurashi series because he was looking for some schlocky gore porn.
You know, it's okay. I've been bitched at by a friend of mine because she didn't, because I gave her Katawa Shoujo to play, and she ended up going on a bit of a rant with me because she wanted smut, not all these feels.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Al. I just
Exact
checked
opposite for me when I look for porn.
I just checked someone's archive channel view, and it has all 3 parts of Al gets sucked into a video game. And it's
Oh my god!
All right, link him that shit so he can archive that, and we can actually have another video down the line.
Yeah, let me link it in chat here.
When's the sequel?
There's chat at there.
Sequel that never was.
When are you gonna get Disney on that shit?
Here,
Here
you go.
Yeah.
I want to do more manga videos, but unfortunately, not many people read manga, which is kind of disappointing. Which is why I want to talk about what
Most people don't read in general.
I don't know about that. I've seen huge amounts of people that actually do read manga.
You know what really bugs me? Here's the thing. I'm not going to do one of those chapter by chapter videos. That's annoying.
No, don't do that. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'd rather
fucking
do
pretentious
either
as shit.
the entire series, a particular story arc that lasts a few volumes, or just one volume at a time.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. This archive channel has so much stuff, like all of your PETA game playthroughs.
Good.
Oh, God.
Well, there you go, Darkscream. If whenever I need an idea for memory lane, I can just go to this fucking channel.
That's good. That's good.
Also, by the way, I actually been interested in hearing what your take on it is, Al. Is as an OG reviewer, how do you feel about modern anime reviews right now? In the way that they've been doing, because we've had now tons of people of different types of reviews. We have, and of course we have people like we have Digibro, we have Hunter's Basement, we have Super Eye Patch Wolf, we have Pedantic, we have all these guys of different forms and so on and so forth in the way that it was, and it's very different from back then. Do you have any opinion on that, or have anything to say on that?
I'm actually subscribed to a good chunk of those guys, and I actually really like their review style. I like their presentation. Is very professional. It's a hell of a lot different than, say, something like I would do back in the day, which is just, you know, sit in front of a webcam, throw a cutaway to like a picture or a scene from the show, and then come back to me.
Right. Yeah. No, I remember it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel? Because I mean, I would say you guys have had a fair place in the history of anime, at least YouTube anime reviews, honestly, for a lot of that kind of stuff. Because I think without those kinds of videos, you know, you wouldn't get as many people willing to actually do those reviews as well.
I would definitely say with confidence that we've, like, me and the other OG reviewers kind of like paved the way for people to like to succeed us, and we have better overall quality, and I'm actually really happy that people that there are other people that are essentially carrying the torch and continuing on with the reviewing trend, and they're important because, you know, if you can't trust, you know, like the fucking professionals, then who the hell are you gonna go to?
You go to the average man who has a fucking camera.
Yeah, you talk to someone who's not on their high horse.
I liked most of these people on YouTube in the beginning with, because I can relate to them more. I can't relate to a professionally paid guy or fucking Channel Awesome. Because they're fucking they're comedians, air quotes, first, and critics second.
Yeah, that's the reason why most of the videos are so goddamn long, because it's just this skit that's not funny. It's like, okay, the joke didn't land. Joke didn't land.
I rather the analysis thing or a documentary. Like I've in my Bubblegum Crisis review, I recommend a channel called Mercury Falcon, and he talks about a bunch of anime, mostly old stuff, like between the 60s and the 80s, but he has recommended some modern things here and there. And, you know, his most recent video was talking about Southern Cross, which most people know as the second story arc to Robotech. And he was talking about how that series ended up being canceled. And it's actually a pretty fascinating history on, like, who created the designs and and why these mecha designs were terrible and all that shit. And it was a very good video. And the guy has less subscribers than me, which is a goddamn shame. Because that guy puts more effort into his shit than I do.
How do you feel about continuing from that? Because this also gets into another point I was interested on your take on. It was because with Digibro's video, his follow-up video to the I was wrong about Crunchyroll video, where it's about where he states that it was on. He was wrong about how they get why is it that how the fuck can they have enough money to do that and so on and so forth. And he gets a response from one of the guys that works at, I think, Mal or whatever. I forget.
My anime list.
Yeah. Who gets a solid response. And then his follow-up to it is then why aren't you guys, he says, you guys should be on YouTube. You guys should be making videos and such describing this kind of information. I mean, how would you guys feel about that kind of thing? Would you say that the anime community or the YouTube anime community would be better off having people of those backgrounds, with especially reputable reputations, or just leave it to the YouTubers to bring that information anyway? Because are people going to even watch those kinds of videos from those sources? I guess, if you know what I mean by that.
Who should answer first, Al or me?
You.
Okay.
I didn't watch that video yet.
Okay. I am actually with Digibro 100% on this. It's how I stumbled onto. Well, I have read some websites here and there before, just to gather images because I wanted to know more about Excel Saga at the time. But other than that, I stumbled onto an anime community through YouTube. I actually did not see much of the old guard. I didn't see Anime News Network until afterwards. And I do believe that this would be a great platform. And I know people shit on it. I know YouTube has a lot of problems. But guess what? 10 plus years and they're still standing. Blip TV, dead. Daily Motion, nobody cares. What other fucking video sharing sites are dead? Like, the only other thing I can recommend is you want to review hentai? You should probably get a Pornhub account. You might do well there.
Which I'm thinking about.
By the way, one on a side note, hey, what's up? Welcome back, Ghost Storm. It's been a while.
Hey, Ghost Storm. And you know what's funny? I don't know if you actually read the comment response that Digibro pinned from the guy that talked to him.
I did.
He did answer it. And it made me roll my eyes a little bit because I understand the OCD of you trying to make the perfect video. But dude, if all you're going to do is sit down and talk to your audience about something, then that's really all you need. That's what I do. I don't. Truth be told, the reason why I make my videos as cheaply as possible is because I don't have the time to do some fancy edits. I sent Windsor that my audio for King's Game, my most recent anime review, because I wanted to see how good his editing skills are and see whether or not that should be something I should set up from now on. Because I only get like 2 days off, and most of my work is in the afternoons all the way till almost midnight. In my case,
I'm an unemployed NEET that just scrounges around for cash.
Well,
so
at least you're honest.
Plenty of time.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, and it saddens me that the old guard, because I want to see more YouTubers that talk about the old stuff. And the reason why I can't get into Bennett the Sage anymore is because he still does his style like Channel Awesome. It was mostly comedy first, skits later, and it's not really funny. I just rather the strictly the analytical side of things. That's what entertains me. That's what entertains me is the trivia. That's why I like to go up TV tropes and look up all this shit, even if it's like what people's opinions on something. That stuff fascinates me. I don't need a fucking 30-minute skit video to supplement that. You know, Mr. Plinkett's reviews, I don't know if you noticed recently, but he hasn't been doing a whole lot of skits, and his jokes are kind of stale and tame compared to how he started in his Phantom Menace review when he keeps referencing killing his wives and killing his hookers with Raid.
Or, you know, his serial killer thing.
Yeah, his serial killer gimmick. He actually toned the hell down out of it. I can't.
Well, yeah, because it gets old after a while.
I can't remember that many jokes he made on his on his Last Jedi review, but you know what? I still think it is as good as his previous stuff.
Yeah, it's very organized and concise, which is why I like his videos.
There's also like Super Eye Patch Wolves content as well.
Yeah,
he's good too.
He's very good.
Guys,
he's also good.
I know this is a bit of a segue, but did you know that in the Adventure Time finale, Marceline and Princess Bubblegum actually share an on-screen kiss?
Oh my god, they do?
Yep.
It's finally fucking dealt with? Thank God.
Right. That ended today. I shouldn't go watch
God.
Get some
like
closure.
On screen.
Yeah, no, comics are also pretty solid with those.
It's going to be banned in like 10 countries. Got it.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
What do you mean basement dweller mentality? What do you mean by that, Ghost Store? But to summarize, yeah, old guard of YouTube. You want people to look at the classics and respect them. Please just come here. Okay, it's a little blurry, but I can kind of see it. Yeah.
The hell is that?
Marceline just smooching with Bubblegum, the worst character in the whole fucking series.
Oh,
okay. Here's a little clearer one. I hope.
Yeah, I think your camera, even though it's a good webcam, it's still got a potato quality. Okay, wait. Ow. If you just pull it back a little bit, it will get more clear. All right, pull that a little back, a little further back. Keep it still. There we go. You got it.
Necrophilia.
I don't know. Does that really count considering that PV is literally made out of bubblegum?
Holy
You're
shit,
right.
They actually did the same thing with Steven Universe. Ruby and Sapphire get married.
Yeah,
and they share an
fuck
on-screen
that
kiss.
episode.
I can't.
That episode.
No.
Fuck them.
Al, you gotta know something very important. Real despises Steven Universe.
It's not that I despise it. I'm disappointed.
You just don't like what it's become.
It's not to the point where I'm gonna bitch about it and be like, oh my god, and can't handle disappointment. It's just the fact of the matter that it's literally they do all the stupid stuff that everyone called them out for. They do completely petty shit. They show that doesn't know what the fuck to do, and so on and so forth.
To respond to Ghost Storm, okay, I see what you mean, because there was another anime YouTuber back then named Jaded. His name was Jaded Otaku Media. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, I remember him. I remember him, unfortunately, a little bit myself.
Yeah, my video response to him is still up, even though he's not on YouTube anymore. Yeah, that guy was terrible. He would just bash on new anime without giving real good points. He sounded like a snob. He was a
snob.
He was well, I guess, yeah. So, anyways, man, it is almost 3.5 hours. We need to wrap it up now.
I'll say
that's the Lord of the Rings movie.
I'll say this much with Ghost Storm. Yeah, no, I'm mad because Steven Universe could have been much better, and it had the chance, and they decided to fuck it up. That's why I'm annoyed.
Ikitosa could have also been much better. Goddamn.
Ikitosa would have been kick ass.
They just had an animation budget.
Dude, Bill's here.
No money in it.
Bill, where have you been?
He's been. Fuck.
We have missed our residential shit poster.
Yeah, where has been?
All right. All right.
Asperger shit poster.
Any last words, Al? Before I end you.
Yeah, you want to light him up? What the fuck?
Come on, Dark. You know you can't end him.
Let's see.
I tried.
You can't quit him.
God damn it.
No, I wanted to hear what this guy wanted to say about Steven Universe.
Let him rant.
Wait, what?
He wants to
talk about you,
on Steven Universe.
Oh, he wants me?
No, we
don't. Take the piss out of it.
No, dude, we don't have enough time. We really don't.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, man. Maybe next
we can give the Cliff Notes version,
which is going to be never.
Yeah.
I could go, honestly, I could go longer than easy about what's fucked up about Steven Universe, but I'll say this much. I'd be totally down for a Steven Universe stream later on if that's ever possible, but I will say it is a show that had a lot of potential to be good, regardless of its stuff that was in it. It had a lot of good ideas, and it actually had really great moments and songs, but it's made by very incompetent people, and that incompetence is what ruined the entire thing. Model sheets and having literally you thought fucking what was it, the Phantom Menace was fucking terrible with being on a first draft. There was no first draft with Steven Universe. It was all storyboards. Let that sink. Not even gonna talk about the fan base. I don't give a shit about them. Fuck 'em. Like Obama said to Huey, I don't know if it's Huey Freeman, but if he's out there, fuck him.
All right, so any last words? Because I'll end with my final words, but I want to see if anyone else has anything to say.
This has been a long time coming, and congrats to you, Darkscream. I don't know if I told you that already, but hey, man.
Hey, man, I barely got 3,000 subs at max, man. There's no point.
Like, think about it, dude. Hey, think about it, dude. I met you when you started this shit.
That is true. But
like, I watched your very first video. Yeah, I remember.
I also watched you in the beginning.
I don't deserve the ass kissing, and unlike Matt, I'm not going to break in tears over this.
Yeah, Darkscream, go fuck yourself.
Oh, God,
it's not like you got a silver play button.
Fucking play button.
Like that.
God. Were you collecting boulders, Darkscream? Is that the
If you ever get a play button, please read it out in the same fashion. I want to see that.
My God.
I want to see that shit.
If that ever happens, then yeah, I'll do it. But
Make sure you do it specifically with a bowl of onions that is visible under you, so you can start shitting.
Oh man, it'd be legendary.
Oh, that'd be glorious. I hope Tonka gets that play button. He deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Where's my button?
Where's my button?
All right.
Anyway,
let's
anyways, Al, you do a wrap up, and then I'll do a wrap up.
All right. Well, guys, it's been fun. It's been fun streaming for 3 fucking hours.
We do it for you, the people.
I thought it was a good 3 hours.
My feet are
killing me. I did too. While I'm wiping in Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, it's okay.
It's been real, guys. This has been Big Al. Over and out.
Okay. You guys want to say goodbyes? Then I'll do it. Well, these 10 years of YouTube, it was quite fun. There were a lot of ups and downs. It was interesting to see people I used to like, that then I don't like them, and then I like them again, and made some interesting friends here, both IRL and internet-wise. So that was fascinating. I hope to continue to see more YouTube shit posting. Some quality videos of anime and video games out there, and hopefully my content will improve along the way if I can still pump some out. And I hope you guys still continue supporting me from this point forward. And wow, actually a lot of people watch. The Big Al push definitely helped. I mean, I did say when we did that Incarnate rants, I did say, yeah, I brought Big Al in just for subs, and one person commented, well, at least you were being honest. And I was.
Here's to another 10.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say that. Here's to another 10. This first 10 years was fun. May the next 10 years be even better.
We got to rebuild YouTube from the ground up. We got to re-add video responses.
Yeah, right, so we just got to get responses.
Yeah, first things first. We got to get rid of Susan Wojcicki and get rid of Google Plus, and then we got it.
No, I don't think you're gonna get it. I think you're just gonna get another shittier version of the YouTube layout.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks for killing my enthusiasm, Real.
Welcome to
and
YouTube.
With that, this is Darkscream 217. Now I just go by Darkscream. Signing out. Take care, everybody, and I'll try to get that fucking Love Hina manga out. But my God, I've definitely gave myself quite a chore. Take care.
Yeah. You know what you're getting for Christmas? A bottle of Jack Daniels.